Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live on a magnificent Monday. I hope everyone out there has kicked off their week well. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream as we're back at it again for WWE RAW kicking off Rumble week. So much wrestling coming your way all the way into the Rumble. Lots to figure out tonight. We're going to talk about a potential bum knee and so much more. But folks, get in that chat, hit like, hit subscribe, grab your snacks, grab your feel good. We are the channel that's always here, even if our Joshies take a quick, swift kick in the you know what. Gotta go. Bye. See you soon. Don't go anywhere. Strap in, strap on. Let's go. Ding, 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 folks. We are live and back at it again. I hope everyone out there is doing well. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network, and we just found out what happens when the vitamins kick in during the intro. But with all that being said, we do have Raw tonight. We are looking forward to 3+ hours of coverage. Lots to get into, lots to unfold. We're going to hear from Seth. We're going to hear from Punk and Cody. We're going to see some matches as well. But it is WrestleMania weekend, and it's going to be a fun one. As I said, click those buttons, click those links, be a part of the family, be a part of the show. And I will remind you, I am every night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. And
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream, Champions of the World, the Every Night Delight, KJ White, who seemed like he was going wide right. I am Big Nick, and 100% we have the go-home show for Monday Night Raw. We're going to hear the state of affairs when it comes to the World Heavyweight Championship and the state of Seth Rollins' health. Will he be able to make it to at least WrestleMania? And then we've also got Cody Rhodes and CM Punk going face-to-face. I'm taking an over-under at 5 AW references throughout that whole promo.
It's going to be very interesting, especially coming off the heels of a very odd Young Bucks interview that maybe threw some shade one way. We will see how these two handle this situation. And I said for a long time, man, give me Cody, give me Punk, night one, WrestleMania, and we might get that. We might get it after all.
There's a high potential.
Absolutely. Yeah, but welcome back to the chat, folks. And again, get in there, say hello, let us know what's on your mind, and I promise I'll get my shit together.
No, you're fine. I already want to address this one here from Alexis. Fans are losers. How are we sore losers? That's all we've been doing is losing. We've lost the past 4 years.
They're sore and losing.
that you've got to put a comma in there, like fucking. What's the lawyer there from The Simpsons? There, we'll soon know.
Yeah,
Lionel Schultz. There we go.
But yeah, I mean, rough one for you last night. I know a lot of people in the chat are aware of your allegiances when it comes to football. Wide right, folks. Wide right.
Yes, E-Man. It's just my allegiance. He has no allegiance because he's Canadian. So the Argonauts do not play the 49ers or anything like that. So
go Niners. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, a very interesting night tonight. I've talked about it with a few people. We talked about it a bit on Friday. And I mean, depending on what Seth has to say tonight, I mean, I surmised or threw it out to the public anyway. What if this is an opening for Damian to cash in? Because you need a guy with 2 legs to defend that belt for the next little bit.
But so then he cashes in and then quickly loses it to CM Punk?
Maybe. I don't know.
I still think that there's the potential that Seth will be at least available for WrestleMania. And I think you can get away with them having at least no contact till then. But it'd be very interesting, especially when it comes to a guy like Damian, because then that briefcase is pretty much null and void. So you do bring up a very valid point.
I was just curious, right? Like, if he can't go, and I mean, you don't want to vacate the title. Like, I think if Seth came out tonight and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, I hurt my knee. I was hindered by the gender," um, you know, I think that him just dropping the belt and leaving it open for discussion might not be my best, my best choice. But I mean, you could have Damian run out, kick him in the leg, and pin him real quick, right?
I
So
mean, if
that's the only
there's a
reason why I
time
thought
to
about
do it,
what's that?
I
Yeah,
said,
I mean,
yeah.
you're kind of get your hand forced. Now, hopefully, I don't know the extent of the damage. I don't know. Maybe they just play it in a storyline. Like Seth comes out and says, "My knee's bugging me. It's a long list of injuries," kind of like we saw with MJF, right? Like my shoulder, my hip, my back, my neck. Oh
Right.
my, all of the above. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm a fighting champion. And like you said, maybe he finds a strategic way to not really get in the ring, but be relevant. It's not that far to WrestleMania. Yeah, like folks, we're already talking about WrestleMania as we head into the end of January here. So lots of intrigue here, but I think everybody is looking forward to seeing what is said between Punk and Cody here tonight.
Right. Well, check real quickly here, though. JV says, put the title on the line in the Rumble.
Now, a lot of people have brought that up, and we haven't done that in a hot minute, which I would be okay with.
It would sure as hell make it interesting and make it compelling, because even then, say, oh, it's Randy Orton wins, whatever. He's still a SmackDown superstar, but he can still just as easily move over to Raw. Well, now you're the Raw champions. You got to be over there.
Yeah, that's not outside of the realm of possibility. And again, if the goal is to have Punk, Punk came back to main event of WrestleMania. That's something that a lot of us think may happen. Punk could still win the Rumble and hold that belt. And then now he's defending his belt at Mania, not going after the belt at Mania.
Well, that's incredibly valid, because can we all just at least agree? I mean, it's damn near almost been confirmed, I feel, that CM Punk will main event at least night one of WrestleMania. Whether he goes in as champion or challenging for the championship, he will be in the main event of a WrestleMania night.
I think so. I mean, I would be surprised if he wasn't, Nick. Like, honestly, with him returning, I imagine that would have been part of the conversation of like, listen, I was really upset. I never got that Mania main event. Or maybe, yeah, I can't see it going any other way. Like, he's just like, I'll go mid card. Let me fight Austin. Like, I don't see it. I don't
match. See it. Yeah.
But with all that being said, let's quickly say hello to the chat, because it is blowing up, and we're going to say hellos before it gets way too big. But C Money's back with us. Looking forward to the handicap between The Miz and Dominik Mysterio. Dominik Mysterio are over, thanks to R-Truth. And I have to admit, it took me a hot minute to be like, what is he talking about? But yeah. Damian, good to see you. Good to see you. There's a couple here in the chat. Damian's always looking forward to stuff. Robert, welcome back. Suzuki versus Copeland is weird, but I will watch it. Well, you sound like every other AEW fan that I know, Robert. Again, are we supposed to be excited about this on paper? Like, when they announced Suzuki, Copeland, are you excited?
I am, just for the match, but my question is, so is the big feud going forward with Adam Copeland into Revolution, him versus Suzuki? Is that where we're going with this? It's great for an on-paper match. If we were watching Wrestling Revolver and this somehow was on the fucking card, it'd be fantastic. I feel, because you'd expect it to be a one-off.
Yeah, I mean, I guess as a one-off, it's kind of cool, but Adam Copeland versus Suzuki doesn't do anything for me. If I'm being completely honest with everybody listening, it doesn't tickle my fancy. It doesn't stir my drink. It doesn't float my boat. It doesn't do any of it. It really, to me, is like, you got, Edge in the twilight of his career, Suzuki, who's been beyond the twilight of his career. I like Suzuki,
Grandpa.
but we've seen, it's going to be a slow match. It's not going to be overly exciting. I don't have high expectations for this. And seeing the fans like, dream match. Whose dream? Whose dream?
I will give you, if you're not into it, I would be, if seeing it just on a one-off match and everything. But my whole, like I said, my issue with it is, where do we go from there? We've been both talking about it plenty with AEW of, when are we going to get back to the Christian Copeland story? Was that the end there? Because that was a really kind of flat, awkward ending if that's what we got. So are we going to circle back there, and how do we do that?
Yeah, I mean, and again, why are we like part of the whole open challenge was, well, I'm gonna show Christian I'm a harder worker. Well, that's stupid. Like really, like no offense, but yeah, I don't know. I'm struggling with this one and I see the excitement online, but I guess Tony is really honing in on that core audience of we're just going to feed the birdies and everyone else. We're not really interested in growing our product. We're not really interested in expanding our horizons. We're just going to placate to the indie fans we had in the beginning.
Well, then I'll ask you how you feel about the ranking system, as I apologize to the chat.
It's there too. Look,
yeah,
the ranking system. What I thought funny was the story that came out that it was Punk's fault that the ranking system went away. Let's blame Punk for everything.
Just he's not here anymore. He'll take the fall for it.
Right. His fault for Jack Perry, his fault for the ranking system, his fault for Collision. Oh my. The ranking system coming back to me is stupid. It didn't work when you used it before. It's not going to work now. I joked about, like, why don't you just make the Continental Classic year round? Like, you just do it in seasons. Again, to me, it's admitting that Tony can't write a good story, that it's avoiding what you're supposed to be doing. What are we talking about right now with Raw tonight? We're talking about Cody and Punk meeting face to face. Not a match, not a one-off, not Cody versus fucking, Shorty G or Punk versus Tozawa. We're talking about the stories, the angles, the excitement of what could happen at the Rumble, what could happen going to Mania. To me, bringing back the ranking system is the complete opposite of that, because we're going to throw matches like Edge and Suzuki together. And if Edge so happens to win 5, 6, 7 in a row, you get a title shot. Like, it never works. It doesn't work in wrestling because of the nature of wrestling.
Yeah, you're not wrong at all with that, because to me, I want to at least give them the chance if they're going to try and go back to the sports-based, presentation that they did before, which kind of honestly was around the time when AEW was the top ranking show for every weekly rating that we did, all of that. So if they can make it work, I'll be interested, but I worry if they can at this point, because they've gone very sports entertainment heavy, and to snap that back is going to be hard.
Well, what you're doing is setting yourself up for failure, and you're setting yourself up for criticism. And this is what happened when they were originally doing the ranks. You were getting people who were like 22-2 not getting title matches, and people who were like 4-3 getting title matches.
Right.
So you're pigeonholing your own booking. The ranking system, again, if you want to try and run it, but you got to stick it. Like, you gotta, like, this is our ranking. You gotta put fighters now on runs. You got to give them 3 and 4 matches, and you got to have them win. We see on Wednesday, Wardlow's going to fight Trent Beretta. Don't know how we got here. Don't know why it's happening. Nobody that had, like, all the people that had beef with Adam Cole and the henchmen aren't fighting him, but he's going to randomly fight Trent. So that's where, okay, fine. One of them wins, one of them gets a point. And then you kind of try and work it out. But again, what is it? Monthly, do you cash in? The minute you get to the number 1 ranking, can you then challenge a champion? Or if you're third on the ranking system, but you're on a hot streak, can you challenge a champion? How do you make it all make sense and stick to it?
And we've already, folks, in that whole discussion right there, put more time and thought into that than Tony Khan ever did when he was creating the ranking system.
You're not wrong. And that's my concern with it, is what they did in the past was, so-and-so it has had 3 matches, but we'll do a title eliminator match to circumvent the rankings. And that's what's going to happen here.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, though, doesn't it kind of fit with the way Tony's been, especially on Twitter lately? I mean, the whole reason he rose the stink about the Jinder matches, well, Hook's got a better record than Jinder, so he wouldn't be there in the rankings. So why is he there?
Well, here's the thing. Hook got a title shot, but he's still 29-2. So now that he's 29-2, at what point is he no longer eligible to be in the running for a title? Does he go to the bottom of the line and his record goes to 0 because he lost to the champion? or does someone have to get a better record than Hook? Like, if Swerve's going to fight Joe at Revolution, say, or it's a triple
Right.
threat, well, does Hangman and Swerve now have to win 20 matches to have a viable record that allows him to go after the champion? Or is Hook
does
still the
Hook
number one
drop
contender?
to the back of the line, or does he just fall to where his record lays? Well, even then, with Swerve would have 2 wins up on Hangman, so that should Hangman should almost never get ahead of him. It's like the goddamn NCAA top 25 out here. You booked yourself into a fucking corner a little bit. Because what happens if you get 2 people undefeated? Triple threat?
Everybody fights. Let's go. What do you have a battle? You have a battle royal, and somebody wins a number 1 contendership, but they got a horrible record. What do you do?
Do eliminations count towards your record?
Yeah. So lots of questions to be answered on Wednesday for sure. James saying Royal Rumble week, my favorite. I can't wait, guys. I'm excited for Rumble. I think this Rumble has a lot of intrigue, especially now that, we don't know what's happening with Seth. There's a lot going in here, and we've watched them do it systematically with the men and the women over the last few weeks. And when we talk about storytelling, you have Cody and Drew, you have Drew and Damian, and you had CM Punk and Drew. Now we're getting Punk and Cody, and everybody's telling a different story, and everyone has a rightful claim to this win. So I like what's happening here. Cannot wait. But good to see you, Richard. How do you feel about the ranking system? Yeah, no, I'm concerned. I'm curious how he does it, but I don't know. I don't know if it's going to pay off.
Like I said, it's going to feel like a juxtaposition from where they're at currently with their kind of creative system.
Yeah. And again, to me, when I believe the fan base, maybe not the hardcore, give us all your indie booking fan base, like the real diehard skid marks might not feel this way. But I think the bulk of the AEW fans want more story, want more compelling wrestling.
Layers.
And to me, this is stepping away from that. Tony's saying, it's almost like Tony throwing up his hands and going, I can't write a story. Here's some numbers. All right.
Well, a prime example in a microcosm is the Continental Classic that normally, like your tournaments and everything like that. I'm ignoring that comment because that's triggering.
What a mega.
But now it goddamn threw me off. But when you see like a G1, you have stories that build throughout that tournament. And you saw it King of the Ring. We all saw that growing up.
Yeah.
There was no stories that have grown outside of the G1 or the Continental Classic for AEW, outside of maybe Danielson and Kingston, which was kind of already going into it.
Yeah, that's the thing with Robert is hopeful, and I hope this works, right? It forces better booking. I don't know if that's true though, because then you're stuck. Like you're gonna have to have a plan, that's for sure. But yeah. I'm curious to see if it does force, because your point is Continental Classic happens. Swerve goes one way, Garcia goes one way, Brody Lee goes nowhere. Nothing really blew up from the tournament. So the ranking system could stymie. Yeah, sure, we're going to show up on Wednesday and there's going to be some good matches. But are we going to be into it? Are we going to be interested? I don't know. That's my concern.
Does it cover the issue of lack of storytelling? Because now if you're going to stay true to it, it forces your hand.
Yeah. I mean, again, it takes the pencil out of the writer's hand as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
What's up, Raheem? How you doing? Christian Powers back with us. Juan Jackson, AJ, good to see you. Dale, the OG, happy to see you, buddy. Eric Tate's with us. Mega, I know we ignored your wide right, or somebody did, but yeah. Bill,
I wish the rest did too. We can redo that.
But Keyshawn, good to see Larry Mack back with us. Iman, how you doing? Who else we got, Nick?
Well, I got Invincible. What are your fellas' favorite food to have for the Rumble?
Chicken wings. I treat it like the Rumble. There's 30 and they're all going down.
30. I got 39. I got 29 bowls for 29 wings.
Right? Every time it goes, I eat another wing.
Right,
Here we
pring, just like a goddamn slot machine.
go. Yeah, why not some chicken wings, some munchies? Always good, always good.
Well, it's just
I don't
whatever
know.
it's whatever you feel like having. I mean, I'm never gonna say no to a pizza, but I'm Italian, so
That's true. Pizza, wings, hand in hand. A great couple, if you will. JD, JV from NJ, fucker. I think this one's for you, man.
oh God. Hey Nick, I know we are from different area. You from New England. Well, I live in New England. I'm not from New England. I'm from New Jersey, but we both know our hearts are in NYC. Fist bump. I got you. Throw it up too sweet, bro. I feel your pain. Well, I appreciate it.
Oh,
Yeah, I initially thought
JV.
this man was reaching out because we were joking in our Discord and in the fantasy football chat and everything. People were having to call wellness checks on me and everything after this game.
We were concerned, dude. We were really
Right.
concerned.
So I thought JV was out there like, you good? I'm just trying to make sure, haha, you good? But no, appreciate him, my guy.
This comment makes me laugh from Iman of my Giants started your downward spiral. The Giants didn't start the season, never mind someone's downward spiral.
No, because that's the 1991 when we
Yeah.
lost the wide right.
Wide right.
Yeah, the only shit talking I should be able to hear anything from is from 49ers fans, Chiefs fans, Lions fans, and Ravens fans.
Yes.
Everybody else, shut up.
Yeah. Niners. I'm going Niners over Detroit. Sorry, Eminem, but yeah, Niners. I've been riding the Niners all year, so there is a Niner in there.
Detroit City. I said, welcome to Detroit City.
It's going to be a good game. The other one, I don't know. You Ravens feel like they're kind of unstoppable at this point.
I am an honorary Ravens fan right now because fuck the Chiefs. Screw you, Swifty.
Oh man, a swift kick in the Joshies.
Hey, but still, the highlight of that whole game was Jason Kelsey hopping out of the box, sitting there chugging a beer, and then hopping up back into the box. He's sitting there grabbing little kids, and here you want to meet Taylor Swift. He was just he 100% personified Bills Mafia.
Right. Listen, I mean, I'm a hockey guy. I've watched a lot of hockey. I've watched a lot of football. Watched a lot of basketball and baseball. I never recall seeing a person that meant nothing to the game at all be shown so often on TV. Every fucking play. First down, what's Taylor doing? Fucking touchdown, what's Taylor doing? I was like, this is
why
ridiculous.
They say that they got the scripts in. It's more scripted than WWE, than more pro wrestling. Kevin Dunn's out there. He's doing all the camera cuts now.
I will say this. Everyone jokes about the scripted NFL. The Buffalo Bills prove that it's not scripted because you cannot write this shit.
No, we're the Cody Rhodes of this. We can't finish the goddamn story.
You saw that, eh? Sorry about the Bills and Big Nick. Good to see MDB, Ronnie, Robert. We already said hello to Juan's in the house. Let's
MDB,
go.
By the way, what up?
What's that?
No, I was shouting out MDB, who was saying us over everybody, which go and get your t-shirts that say that, by the way. Let's see.
New t-shirts available in 2 different colors stating that. So go check it out, folks. And thank you, MDB. Who else is here? EQ, all about the fire. Let's go.
Well, he had one earlier, too, that said best damn YouTube channel that I started there. So shout out my guy.
Thank you. Dale, going to be Ravens versus the 49ers in the Super Bowl. Been set since the beginning football season by Las Vegas. Dun, dun.
I have seen this theory because of, I guess, for the past couple Super Bowls, the teams that are in the Super Bowl, the colors have been pretty much in the logo for the Super Bowl. And this year's red and purple.
Yep.
So they've already pretty much said that, or guessed that it's going to be 49ers versus Ravens. And then you'll get everybody that's got a random screenshot of some news outlet that's saying, Usher will be performing at the Super Bowl halftime Super Bowl show when the Ravens take on the 49ers.
Well, you guys, too many conspiracy theories.
Welcome to America.
Listen, if it was somebody in Buffalo's got to be pissed of like, why are you shitting on us in this writing? They're like the Wardlow of fucking booking of like, you're never gonna win. But yeah, no, it should be excited. Now I will remind everybody listening right now, We will be here for our annual Super Bowl party. We'll also be here for a Royal Rumble party on Saturday. It's going to be a good one. Cannot wait. Quickly, who else we got as the time ticks away? Eric Tate saying hello. We got Irvincible. Brother Fluff Salisbury's back. How you doing? Triple H is going to force Seth to forfeit the title and have Repo Man procure the belt for Seth. You lost me in the end, my guy.
Right, not gonna lie, you had us in the first half.
Right. Smile Mark, good to see you. Curious how much Raw versus SmackDown will get inside the Rumble. Very interesting. It's been a very Raw heavy build because all the SmackDown guys are running after Roman.
Do you have a moment, and I know he's been taking a pause for the cause, do you have a moment to where Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens come eye to eye in the Rumble?
You could. And I talked about the idea of Sami coming back and, Seth goes down. You need kind of, Sammy's such an over baby face. He would be a nice person to get back in the fold real quick and somehow get involved. Now, we don't even know if KO is going to be in the Rumble because he's got a match with Logan Paul. So we don't know. So SmackDown's doing all the storylines, and it looks like Raw's got the Rumble, at least right now.
But then could that lean towards it being for the world title?
I don't know. The more I hear it, the more I'm kind of like, let's fucking do this. Like, instead of messing around, let's do this. And even better, you can have the Rumble winner. Like, oh my God, Punk just won the belt and the Rumble. So he's going to the main event in WrestleMania. And then the cash-in could happen. I don't think that, but it's just layers, folks.
Layers.
It's thick. Mike Clayton, how you doing? What else we got? Oh, somebody had asked, and I'll throw this at you real quick. A lot of buzz over the last 2 days about the 2K cover. We got Bianca, we got Rhea, we got Cody. Then the WrestleMania, the 40 years of WrestleMania cover circling around. A lot of people seem pretty pumped about it. I haven't seen so many people shitting on it, so that's good news.
No.
Yeah, a lot of excitement with this.
Yeah, everything that has come out today, especially with 2K24, has everybody super excited about it because you've got the multiple editions, you've got the multiple different covers. You have Cody on the basic edition, you have Rhea and Bianca on the deluxe or the next up a level edition, and then you have the WrestleMania 40 years of WrestleMania like legacy edition cover. And they've actually included a bunch of different new game modes like guest referee, casket match, ambulance match, gauntlet match.
Nice.
They're actually going to include real life referees into the game for the first time ever.
Oh, wow.
So to try and really kind of make it have that real authentic feel. So they really put a lot of time into this. So it's unlike another game that might be still, bargain bin forever. That this seems like this was a lot of time and care and attention put into this.
Yeah, generally, big deal. Probably, sell really well when you do that. Good to see you, Roddy. We got Almighty Black Adam in the house. Boston Gamer being mean.
I was gonna say that's how you got me back after talking about the Bills. I get to sit there and wax poetic about a video game for like 3 minutes.
Try and help. I picked 3 of 4 of the teams in the conference championships correctly. The only one I was wrong about was the Browns. Well, you can't bet on the Browns either, man. But I'm getting the start of the show, ladies and gentlemen. We will continue to click on the chat. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Get in the chat. Say hello. Me and Nick are going to sync up as always as I got then.
I will let you know when I get there, sir. I've got my good old buddy Richard Wolf. But yes, we do have the super chats, the super stickers as well. If you want to make sure that you get your comment read, because obviously we talk a lot and there's a lot of you in the chat as well. I have then right now, sir.
Oh, good. You're not that far behind. There we go. Then.
Now.
And we are rolling, folks. Victor saying, I got a feeling the Rumble's going to be for the World Championship. I like it. More I hear it, the more I think it's not bad.
Well, we are going to be kicking off Monday Night Raw with Seth and talking about this, so we could get it right out of the gate here.
We'll find out fast and furious. And imagine the idea that, okay, we've already said there's a good chance that Punk or Cody, they're heavy favorites going into the Rumble, but the idea that not only could Punk win the Rumble, but he could be the champion when he does. Speak of the devil.
Right, but does that turn the odds in the favor of Punk winning it versus Cody
Yes.
winning it? Because I feel like right now Cody's
Yep.
probably your betting odds favorite to win the Rumble.
Oh, I think is he? He might be. But the idea that it's for the belt pushes me even further to Punk.
Oh, for the
Because
belt 100.
yeah, because I don't think Cody can go anywhere near Seth's belt. Seth's belt.
Right, yes, Seth's belt. There you go. Too many S's.
Belt. Yeah.
But yeah, well, Cody, they mentioned a lot about him winning, like the potential of winning back-to-back Rumbles. So I think that's why he might be a bit of an odds-on favorite. It's really a toss-up between these two guys, I feel, to win the Rumble. Everybody else would be really interesting, and you could believe it, but those are your two clear-cut front runners.
Yeah, I mean, if it's Drew or someone else, I'm not going to be like, this is bullshit, unless it's Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is the only guy, and The Rock. But Burn It Down is up and running, folks. We are opening the show, and does he come out on crutches?
That's going to be, he's got a brace, though.
He comes out limping.
Hey, but he's got a brace, so that's at least better than him being out on crutches or anything like that. So,
now, I feel bad for Seth on a personal level. I mean, this is not the first time in WrestleMania season that Seth has been put on the shelf. I actually think it's the third time, and it's unfortunate for him. You know, he's been an absolute workhorse, and it was a freak accident.
Well, and it's unfortunate too because most of his his natural selling, it seems to be, is around his knee anyway.
Yeah.
So he's like always has a history with his knees being the issue. But yeah, I think wasn't he set up to almost have a match between him and Triple H, and it ended up being him versus Joe because he'd take time away because of his knee or something like that.
What does the new shirt say? The new shirt says Wrestling for Life Network over everyone. We got 2 of those, plus we got a bunch of other ones up there. Still, the what shirt? We got our
check the whole catalog.
Shirt. We got hoodies, tank tops, t-shirts, crop tops for the for the ladies out there, or the lady in your life. We got youth hoodies and t-shirts. Go check them all out.
Also makes Julian fries will not break. It broke.
Part of me hoped that Seth was just like, I don't know, and then super kick someone in the mouth and he's a-okay.
Just rip the brace off and then start like dancing along.
Start dancing.
Right.
What's up? Ring in return. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. And I know there's a bunch of other people out there. Jake the Aerial Assassin. But we are going to try and listen in on Seth, so we might be a little quiet for a moment, folks. But he looks a little bit reserved, to say the least. Angel, good to see ya.
Not as flamboyant as he normally is, I'll say that.
In the highlighter green suit. Ooh. Terrence. James.
With the damn near Macho Man shades out here.
Maybe hiding some tears.
Well, nope, he takes them off, so now we're going to see it. Because, yeah, the crowd literally was just singing along the entire time. Man couldn't get a word out.
Yeah, you know what? Big response. People on their feet. Again, this is, the fans are behind him. He's been, I'd argue he's like the heart and soul of Raw for over a year now.
He's been the workhorse at WWE. That's why they put this belt on him, is because he's going to be there.
Thank you, Seth Chance. And he's got a tear in his eye, my guys.
Oh, yeah. He's either on that good vitamins or he's getting misty-eyed here. Or call me.
And that's the shit. Like, I mean, it's no different than we're talking about Super Bowl, right? You're 2 weeks away from the Super Bowl and you blow a knee. You turn your ankle. It's heartbreaking.
Right.
Welcome to Monday Night Rollins. Very reserved Seth Rollins right now, guys.
Anthony, I'm watching live from my hospital bed tonight. Got surgery tomorrow. Well, shout out, my guy. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully, everything works out.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers. We'll be thinking about you, Anthony. Take care. And thank you for tuning in from wherever you are.
I was going to say, if you're watching us before you got that, I appreciate it double time because, damn, that's commitment.
Look. Yeah.
So he's
And he
even
fighted with
walking
that
us through
spot.
when he got hurt.
Yeah. And we saw it at the time. He turned and he punched the mat, and you could see him like it wasn't one of those I'm selling something. It was that internal fuck.
Yeah, that was the
Oh, JV. Come on now. Come on now, JV.
It's
Man's
okay
there.
to feel emotions, guys.
What's good, TJ Hook?
Daniel, what up?
I
Vince,
might
what
be
up?
out for a long time.
Oh, really? Motherfuck. As screwed up as it is to save, and if he vacates it, the thing between him and Punk can still sit on the back burner for a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, yeah. Especially if Punk has the belt. Seth shows up a few months from now and stomps his head into the ground. We're back on, folks.
Right. That's how you could switch him heel.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
thought
okay,
for the
wait.
first time it might be a real possibility he could miss WrestleMania.
Yeah. That leaves hope right there. Crowd's chanting no.
If he says he'll at least be there,
Did we
we're gonna
laugh
get
at the Lions
interested.
vote? I thought all we said was it was better than Jericho's.
I'm not sure.
Ooh, okay.
Paul says if this was kayfabe, it would be a good storyline.
Yeah.
True. Unfortunately, it isn't, I feel. 3 to 4
Okay.
months.
Partial tear.
If it were up to me, I'd be out here next week. Why?
All over an overhyped, predictable squash match. So Rollins, it wasn't the only people that overhyped it was their competition. To be 100% honest with you, Freebird, WWE never overhyped this match at all. This was a nothing match. Yes, it's unfortunate. Whoa, my God, Gunther!
Wow. And this is how you put somebody over. 100 goddamn said. You instantly catapult Gunther to the fucking top right now.
I'm shocked. Of all the names we talked about since we went live, we haven't mentioned this guy very much, Nick. And wow, yeah, you're right. How to push him to the forefront. All right, you take your broken leg and go home, little boy. I got it from here.
Right. But yeah, to Freebird's comment, it was Twitter realistically on either
Yeah,
side. It was Twitter that got it hyped up.
yeah. And again, unfortunate, a little ironic, but it's unfortunate.
Right.
What's up, Jordan? Reload, how you doing?
What up?
Keep the chat coming, folks. Gunther has come out to talk to Seth. Unexpected. Of all the names we thought that might be a play in this, Gunther is the guy.
Well, that's the thing. You know what's interesting is it seems like they've kept Gunther away from like the top guys on the show. They've kept him away from a Seth. They've kind of even kept him away from like a Drew or obviously a Cody, a Punk. So it's interesting that now he's here. It's like this is his. All right, so he's going to start going after the world title now.
Yeah. Oh. Gunther, 2 belts.
Don't worry about them. You should worry about me.
Yeah, no kidding, ringing. 100%. Yeah, I like this.
See, you and me, we've been
Yeah.
avoiding each other.
Oh.
To let you know what I think of you.
Yeah, I'd be with you, Boston. The idea of Gunther just being that guy, and he's earned it.
Mm-hmm.
Randolph, I think a lot of people have been buzzing about this idea.
That's been the running
Now,
theme so far tonight.
the problem for Seth is if it requires surgery, he said 3 to 4 month recovery. I mean, if it's partial tear, if you got a grade 2 tear in 2 different places, the idea of making it worse is a problem.
Well, absolutely. I don't think that he's actually going to still try and work through it.
For anybody that thought maybe he'd still do Mania, I mean, it'd be hard pressed.
Well, that's I don't know off the top of my head if the timelines would add up. If
Yeah.
he'd be able to make it back by then, it might be one of those of he'd be like cleared like the day before or some shit.
Yeah, well, you're looking at like 2 months. Like we're looking at February, March, and
that
yeah,
fast?
like it's quick time. We're
Yeah,
like,
damn, yeah. So he would miss Mania.
like if he can recover from this in 10 weeks, he'd be superhuman.
Yeah, be Cody in the purple peck.
But they keep saying might not make it. So that's the very intriguing part of all this. He might not make it. Get in the chat, folks. What do you think? What do you think about this?
I'm trying to listen to
That's
figure out
okay.
whether Gunther's actually working heel or trying to work babyface here a little.
A bit of both. It's that arrogance that he's not necessarily being in your face dickish, but it's the arrogance that is so well done by
condescending tone.
Big pop, big pop. There you go. You got your answer.
I will take this title into WrestleMania.
He ain't coming out of Mania with it.
Yeah,
no
for
way.
damn sure. Nope. Right as you say that, I will do everything in my power to walk out of WrestleMania World Heavyweight Champion. We'll see about that one.
Yeah, like Gunther gave my answer. That's great. That's crazy.
You're gonna do everything it takes.
I admire that. Yeah, I agree with Vance. That's a tough one, but he's stating he's still going to be there. He's still going to be there.
You remind me a lot of myself as Seth looks at his neon green suit.
Yeah. Glow in the dark Seth.
Right.
Did he just say on Sunday?
On Sunday, I'm going to win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, Gunther, it's Saturday. This Saturday, the graphic.
Yeah,
right. Hit right away. Hit the graphic. Gunther fucked up.
Literally right underneath it, live this Saturday. WrestleMania. There you go. Cut that clip out right there. So Gunther's proclaiming already he's going to win the Rumble, and then he's gunning right for Seth.
Right. This fucking company shake my head. I'm confused by that comment. Context is king on that one.
Right.
I like this, though. I'm okay with this. You suck, Chance. That Freebird, you might be right. Like, it seems reckless, unless, like, from what I know, going through my own shit. Like, I mean, if once you're damaged, a knee isn't something that like just bandage it. We'll be okay. It's not like an ankle per se. I'm worried what he could do to his knee. Would he be out 8-9 months instead of 3?
Valid, but also I feel like at the same time, I don't think that he's going in unaware of the potential risk or hasn't considered every other possible outcome.
Right. And again, if there's any, I mean, it's not even about the idea of the surgery. It's what his body has to go through to get back So I think they're going to hold off, but Seth is emphatic. So Gunther is walking away on a handshake. Oh, here comes Woods.
Woods jumping
Kofi.
Imperium. So we're kicking right off into Kofi and Woods, though. The New Day versus Imperium.
Let's fucking go.
We just hit amongst the crowd in our ring gear.
Well, they ran. I'll give them that. All right. So they got the heavy lifting out of the way, and let's get into the action. Let's go. Gunther says, get in that ring.
Right.
Saturday. Gunther's gonna be like, did I say Sunday? Oh,
well, that's good old Gunther in his calendar, but
right. Fuck.
Well, Candy Tink saying, is it true Gunther can't go to Chamber because he can't leave the States?
Oh, yeah, no, he'll be you might be right. He will.
I think it's because he got his work visa recently. He got his green card or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I don't think he's free from the States until slightly. I don't believe he'll be at Chamber 100%. I don't know if you get an exception, but apparently not. But yeah, he'll be good for the summer going to like France and Germany and such. But yeah, I think he's still under you know, house arrest, so to speak.
Yeah, and still you got to prove you're American before you can leave America.
Don't leave here, or we don't know you're from here.
Right. Yeah. His work visa isn't cleared. Yeah. That's the thing. I thought that he had gotten it so recently that's why I think there was even another show, one of the other international shows that they did that he couldn't travel to because of that issue. Much like Dragon Lee couldn't show up on one of the NXTs recently.
Well, and it's not even a work visa at this point. He's going for like permanent residency. That's what I right? Like he bought a house and that's why he can't go anywhere. They're like, you have to prove you live like I bought a house. They're like, I don't care. You stay next to your house.
You just stay in your house long enough to show that you're actually going to stay there. We have like, we're afraid of like relationships like us as a country that everyone's going to just leave us.
You're not going to leave us.
Right. You're not going to leave us. No, I need you to stay over there. And I'm going to make sure you stay over there.
But we are in the first commercial break of the night, folks. I see a bunch of people hanging out with us so far tonight. Get in that chat. What did you think? Gunther comes out to have a conversation with Seth. Again, another guy with a really solid claim to, I might win the Rumble. I might be the next champion. And if I am coming after you, I'm going to pick you apart. Very good. I mean, again, Seth not saying, no, I'm out. He's saying, I'm hurt, but I'm not going anywhere. I did not expect that.
Absolutely did not expect that. And yeah, Gunther coming out, did not expect that either of him very much making a claim. And it seems like whoever wins the Rumble is very clearly going to be going after Seth in the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah. And I mean, we still have a lot of pending situations with Roman, and I might change. If Cody wins the Rumble, we expect him to go after Roman. So who knows? I like it though. That's what I love about this. We literally went live 30 minutes before the show. And other than talking about the Bills' unfortunate Sunday, we literally spent most of it talking about what could happen with all these different pieces and all the moving parts heading to Chamber, heading to into Mania. Then again, Mania season's alive and well right now, folks.
WWE has a wealth of riches, and especially they have more layers than a goddamn onion or ogre. I feel, especially when it comes into going with this Royal Rumble, like you talked about earlier. Of you have Damian and Drew going eye to eye. You have tonight. We have Cody and CM Punk going eye to eye. Jey Uso still involved with that. We've had everybody that I've already named intertwine with each other. You just had Gunther come out here and say that he's going to be in the Rumble and going at Seth when he wins. So there's multiple layers throughout this, through every level of this Rumble, and we don't know everyone who's in the Rumble as well.
Yeah, and I mean, that's again when we talked about the comparables, where you got one company that's just thick with stories and plot and potential and intrigue and interest, and then the other company announcing like we're bringing back the ranking system. It just feels so different and so off base of what you should be doing.
But does that then help them be the differentiation? Does that help them go back to being something entirely different?
You have to do it right. You have to do it well. But we are back from commercial, and Imperium versus the New Day is on and running, folks. Let us know who you're taking in this match. Do you got the New Day? Do you got Imperium? EQ saying New Day rocks. New Day for the win. I don't think New Day should win here. I don't want them to win. I'm kind
But
of
they
over
just
them.
came back. They're just back healthy. You had Kofi out here getting desk chairs thrown at him.
Right? Yeah, I actually thought Woods and Kofi might be out for a couple weeks and maybe save it for like a big comeback, but they just came running out of the crowd unexpectedly, I will say.
Valid.
Seth must have been wearing a 6-inch heels to be looking Gunther in the eye. It was close. It was close, and he's definitely wearing heels.
Right.
He definitely.
New Day rocks. Come on, New Day, baby. Eddie's saying, remember, a bad knee didn't keep him out of wrestling WrestleMania against Triple H. That's what I couldn't remember. I thought he went at Joe that Mania, but I could be wrong. But I know it was building up to that.
Right. Dun, dun, dun.
Ronan,
Imperium.
Sorry. No, I was just clicking on Ronan. What up? Which one did you have about Imperium?
I was just the pick for New Imperium. Imperium to win. New Day for the win. And we go straight into a nothing match. I mean, there's some rivalry here. What do you guys want? A fucking main event right after the help me understand, AJ. Help me understand. What did you want to follow that segment?
Yeah, and it ties into that segment because Imperium's out there. New Day wants to get the upper hand, like I was just bringing up. You had Kofi out here the other week or so ago from getting office chairs thrown in his face from Ludwig.
Right.
Chairs. Ooh, there you go. My pick is the New Day. They need retribution for what Imperium did to them. So there you go.
Yeah, no, I want Imperium to keep doing things to them. Pause.
Yeah, definitely pause on that.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely I want Imperium to look strong. I want Ludwig to look strong. I want to keep building them. Too often they go under. And again, I mean, in a perfect world, imagine there was a world where Big E is close to a comeback. I mean, Big E going after Gunther feels good. Feels good to me.
Absolutely. And I mean, one could wish, one could hope, obviously, that that's the case. But I wouldn't even just mind if right now we had just in a Raw exclusive tag team division and this was at least involved in that. So,
wonder if Kofi Kingston will do anything spectacular at Royal Rumble to avoid elimination. I think Kofi in his later years needs to dial this back because 2 years in a row, Kofi's botched his big "I can still survive" moment.
Is Kofi going to be in the match, or does Naomi return in the Royal Rumble and then give Naomi the Kofi spot like they've done before?
I think one I don't think affects the other at all.
Fair enough.
I think you get both.
I don't think I think there's a potential Kofi's not in the men's Rumble match.
Potentially, yeah. I'd rather. I mean, at the end of the day, he's not really going to win it. I really would rather. We don't have to give. I don't love when tag team guys are in the Rumble.
The Kofi spot's a little. We've seen enough, like you said. It's getting repetitive. Yeah, and I would rather have more spots for people who you would believe could be in it or might need a little bit of a shine versus, like you said, tag team guys.
Yeah. Right. What's up, guys? R-Truth is undefeated since his return. So where's his shot? Damn it. Corey, let's fucking go. Can we start like Truth-a-mania? Can we get that going?
Let's get it going 100%. We'll be the first channel getting on that bandwagon. Truth-a-mania.
Right. Dale, just kind of going back on what I said. He has reported there is no timeline at this time. The nature of his injury, I know. Again, a little bit of wishful thinking, and hoping that the man can get back into doing what he does best and getting back to his career. I understand his caution. So yeah, is it likely? No, but one can hope. Shit has happened. We've watched many people come walking through that curtain we didn't expect to be there.
I was going to say, I think we're going to see one, if not maybe two, at least later on tonight.
Dun, dun, dun. What else we got? What else we got in this chat? Keep it coming, folks.
Jamie Farrow says, what surprises do you see happening at the Royal Rumble?
There's a lot of potential, isn't there?
Well, 100%. I think you've very much gone on the record of at least one or two when it comes to the women's Rumble.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked about the idea of Naomi. I listen. I said in November that Sasha Banks would be in the Rumble. I'm standing by that until proven wrong. I know the AEW skid marks out there are going to get really upset at like, no, we've already got her. Sean Rossap said 95%. I don't care until I see her elsewhere. I made a bold prediction for 2024, and that's where she ends up. Again, I think that there's potential to see a lot of surprises at this Rumble. That I'm really intrigued by this one.
There's potential that we see Jade Cargill's debut there. There's been thought of a potential to where you see an Okada debut at the Royal Rumble.
Okada, let's go.
So that's the thing, is there's all of this different possibilities of like you mentioned in Naomi. I think a Mickie James could be in there, and AJ Lee could be in the women's Rumble. You could see a Brock Lesnar show back up in the men's Rumble. And it's really one of the both Rumbles to me, you can name off 3 people that you think are going to win it, and they'd be entirely different from mine, and we could all, have a stake of being right.
That's the thing. And I mean, we just talked about it. Like, what if Gunther won the Rumble and screwed everyone's thoughts up? What if Drew McIntyre won it and, threw everybody for a loop? Again, nothing's a foregone conclusion. And that's what I think I've gotten really behind with Triple H's booking compared to anybody else's booking out there is we don't know. Like, if you want to talk about the comparable with the other company, we kind of knew how certain things were going to play out. We knew how the Double was going to play out. We knew how the Continental Classic was going to play out. It all kind of foreshadowed itself. I mean, again, we have our favorites. We have an idea. We have to wait and see.
Right. Well, Reload agreeing with you with your Sasha comment there. Until we see it, we can't believe it. So
with each
anybody and everybody could show up. Sorry.
Right. With this close to Rumble and she hasn't landed anywhere. Like, if her name was on an AEW contract, I think we would have seen her by now. It would have been hinted. It would have been leaked. It would have been factually confirmed. But I don't know, man.
Does he debut her at the Collision that's going head to head with the Rumble?
Yeah, there you go. That's it. Right. Kofi with a tope, but eats a baseball slide. Eichner is ridiculously underrated and loses way too much on Raw.
100%. I have been a fan. Even when he was Giovanni Vinci, we go back to that, and he was kind of a solo guy and everything. I liked it. Again, and it's, of course, got to stay with the Paisan, but yeah.
No, you're not wrong. But no, super talented guy. Super talented. What a super kick by Woods. Gail Kim's a nice shout. AJ Lee. Let's take a percentage. AJ Lee in the Rumble. Yay or nay?
I think very much a yay.
The match is
double count out.
Dubla. So the rivalry continues. I'm okay with this.
Bet you at Rumble, we're going to get Rumble pre-show. We're going to get some sort of gimmick match between these two teams.
But yeah, and again, for me, what I like is it's a tag team, 2 tag teams, not chasing after the titles, that have a rivalry, have a story now. They took out each other. They've taken turns taking out each other. Now they're just brawling. Like, I mean, this is what you want from the wrestling.
There's a story, and well, we've talked about it before. It's a bit like the Attitude Era, to where everybody had a story attached to it, even if it wasn't revolving around a title or the main event.
Yeah, big knee by Woods, and then Eichner's got a chair.
I've got Woods in the ring post right now on the outside. So Ludwig and Xavier have squared off.
I know, and again, people read stuff online and they're like, well, somebody said it, so it's got to be true. But this does, to me, like, what's missing from this whole equation? The 2 head guys, the 2 big guys of each group, Big E and Gunther. And if Big E, I don't have a timetable, why? What do you guys expect them to say? I will see you on Saturday, or I'll see you on February 15th, or Oh, shit.
Oh, they were about to just damn near execute Kofi Kingston with that steel chair, and
I
then Woods
think
comes on and
that's,
makes the save.
I think Ludwig got popped hard there, though.
That might have been a shoot pop there. You ain't doing that because that man has gone.
He went down hard.
What did a five
I
finger
like
say
Gail
to the
Kim.
face?
Do you think Mickey James is going to be in this Rumble?
Yes, please.
Fair enough. I love Mickey.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fun. You're so fun. Woods right now just and listen to even the crowd's getting fired up.
Yeah, the haters can say whatever they want, but listen. That's called a full house screaming. Oh my God.
Oh. But no one outside of this ref has showed up to try and pull these men apart. Nobody, no one from backstage. Adam Pearce, where are you?
Ring a bell. Ring the bell a little bit.
I always hated that with WCW too, where they just ring the bell the entire time.
Ding, 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 ding. Create some urgency, right? Create some intensity.
Right.
Oh! Spear!
They go for the double suplex spot and counter it into a double spear.
Now,
why do they have this extra?
There you go.
We had a holy sugar honey iced tea chant.
I agree with you, Chris.
They just have random extra office chairs on standby, by the way.
And one ref still. Like one dude.
Yeah, well, now we got a second one.
Are y'all okay?
Y'all good? And we just got to it. No medical personnel, no nothing. Just they're fine.
They're fine. Come on.
It'll buff out.
Yeah. No, they could add some elements of somebody trying to prevent them from killing each other, but hey, that's just me.
Right.
Oh, we're getting a 2K24. And there's the cover. I love it, dude. I'm all in for this 40 years of WrestleMania edition. Let's do this.
Absolutely.
The nostalgia popping me easy.
Well, and it's interesting because you can even for you, KJ, they included Purple Pet Cody. You can also play as Stardust. You can play as Dashing Cody Rhodes.
There you go.
They've very much gone full bore with this. But even Cody's come out and said, if I haven't finished the story by 2025, don't even put me in the commercial.
I like that. And look at the graphics look solid. Commercial looks solid. I'm waiting for the TNA video game. Let's go.
Oh, I had that one.
Right.
That was pretty interesting to try and play.
It really was. I'm telling you, man. Taker's got a match in him. I want a Taker match. Let's fucking go.
Versus who?
Anybody. I don't give a shit. If Sting can do it, Taker can do it. One, he deserves a better goodbye than that fucking empty Thunderdome. I'm going to lay my hat on the, come on. He deserves better than that.
Well, we initially thought it was going to just be the one at WrestleMania 33 after he lost to Roman.
Fact. But Cody Rhodes. So they're building this up as the show goes on. Punk face to face with Cody coming tonight. So they're going to keep us waiting on this one.
I'll still take over under on 5 AEW references throughout the entire promo segment.
And keep in mind, it's going to be 5 over under, folks. We'll take 5 AEW references during the face to face between Cody and Punk. I still imagine it's going to be very subtle. There's going to be some comments that are very inside baseball that people in the building are going to not get it, but we will get it.
I think you'll get maybe 1, maybe 2 of those. The rest are going to be kind of one of those of, if and it doesn't, like we've seen before, it doesn't impede the promo.
Yeah. They're not going to come out and say, well, you ran away from that company like I did. We
leaned into some cancerous, past their prime superstars. Twirl my mustache.
I want Cody to call Punk that. Aren't you cancerous?
Good God, that's too on the nose. That's then you're playing their baseball. Then
Yeah, and you see, them trying to be subtle, and they just can't help but like, you're stupid, and run away. Like,
but it's
come
so
on,
like
bro.
you brought up before about how like, oh, Punk's the reason the ranking systems got away. They're down at this point. He's just the bitter ex that's left. So now everything's their fucking fault.
Yeah.
Move on.
Right. 80% chance at Minneapolis. Why is maybe you know more than I do? Maybe somebody in the chat knows. Why is Minneapolis so like thought of for WrestleMania 41? Where did this come from?
I think it's because they got a new stadium recently.
Is that what it is? Okay.
I think that's been the big part of it. That's why like Vegas
Yes.
got the Super Bowl this year because of
Yep.
when they built the Death Star that they have out there.
Okay.
Well, it's like how I don't know if you know of the Sphere that's out there in Vegas.
Yeah.
Dana's trying to hold a UFC event in there. So
Jesus.
everybody is pretty much, once you build a new stadium, someone's got to have a
People
big
want to
event
get
there.
in there, yeah. Never mind. There's a joke in there, but I'm going to leave it alone. If AJ Lee gets thrown out early, I'm okay with it. Okay. If AJ Lee shows up, I think I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it.
I don't expect her to win.
I don't care when she gets eliminated. I will not be heartbroken.
Apparently, did AJ Lee, does she owe you money? Did she step on your toe one day? All right. Did Gable have an injury, or is he just not in creative plans? He was on such a hot streak with Gunther, and now he has not been in the ring. I don't know. You were a big advocate of like run it back with Shorty G. So
well, I did, and then now it's kind of gone by the wayside here, I feel, because now too much time has settled and it's starting to get rusty out there. Because I don't know if he's really tagged with Otis recently, or we've forgotten that. I feel like he's been mostly there like at ringside when Otis has a match, or especially when Maxine has a match.
Mm-hmm.
So it is really interesting. I initially wanted them to keep going with it. I thought he could have beaten Gunther, respectfully. But now that's past.
Right. Taker versus Abyss, Taker Sting. Hey, listen, Taker, since he's been retired, has got a bunch of surgery. He's feeling good. He's working out every day. Again, to do what the Taker needs to do. I mean, could you pull off a 7 to 10 minute match plus a 7 to 10 minute entrance? 100%. And anybody
Taker versus Dwayne.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't care who it is. I don't care. Taker versus Joe Gacy. I don't give a fuck. It's just Taker. It's worth it. I pre-ordered my WrestleMania edition. What's that?
I was gonna say, just like when he had the match at 34 against Cena, where he just pretty much showed up, choke slammed him, Tombstone, 1, 2, 3, get out of here.
Yeah. Leave Taker retired. I just want one for him. For him, I want that, like the crowd. I know we got the cinematic match and what it was. To me, it's a bit selfish. I want to see another entrance. I want to see that one moment, and then you leave him retired. But for him to be in the middle of that ring and have the whole building giving him that love, that's what I wanted. That's all. That's the story. The writer in me wants that fairy tale ending.
There you go. But John letting us know that Gable is fighting Ivar tonight, so he's fighting your other doppelganger instead of Kevin Owens.
Yeah, facts.
Your favorite boy out there, Ivar, with all of his pigeon skull crown there.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if Maxine and Valhalla get into it tonight.
I was just saying, well, speaking of Vikings, Reload letting us know that they have an enclosed dome stadium that looks like a Viking ship. Yeah, because the Vikings are the
right.
Oh.
Now, what is this?
Video package for
Damian
Drew and Damian.
Yeah. 2 of Raw's preeminent. Okay. I like it, man. You got to give them credit.
Could we see a double turn, or the foundation of a double turn here?
People talking about this that like, okay, so Damian has had his static with Judgment Day, and Drew's been inching closer and closer to heelism. Could Drew take over as the leader of Judgment Day and they push out Damian?
Steve, that's very interesting because I think initially a lot of people really brought that up. I don't know if we need to go that way with it, go full bore with it, but I could see to where Damian ends up being out of this, whether it's because of, a Drew thing or if it's because of even an R-Truth thing.
Yeah.
But Damon, I think, is the breakout babyface and mommy, how you doing? But I could see babyface turn for Damian, and then obviously we've been wanting a heel turn for Drew for the longest time here. Sorry, mommy got me all hot and bothered there for a second.
Oh, shit. All right. Yeah, they're not feeling Damian right now at all, my guy.
Well, because he's out there, he's buddying up with R-Truth. He's out there taking, that, Earl Hebner money from selling shirts out in the parking lot.
Right.
Rhea is 100% the leader of this faction, by the way. She's just dog walking Finn.
Right. Except she just got chewed out by Damian. So y'all figure it out.
Dissension.
Two big dogs. Let's go. Drew got beef with everybody. Jeez. Yes, he does. That's kind of been the dynamic of Drew right now. I'll show you, vicious. Interesting. Rhea looking like the bride of Chucky.
I was going to say more like Morticia Adams.
Okay. Ivy Nile and Shoosh.
Yeah, it kind of works perfectly, but still. Is it so interesting to me how if you really look at it, now we have Maxine Dupree, who somehow managed to gotten over.
Yeah.
And before it was Max Dupree, LA Knight now. How somehow they just typecast that motherfucker there when he should have been here. And now we've got this perfectly, and the puzzle pieces all fell into line here.
You got to give him credit. It was all gone to shit. And again, Maxine's found a way to kind of get herself over, and people want to see her for multiple reasons, clearly.
Right.
And Ivy trying to make her way onto this roster and be a part of everything.
Well, she's definitely got a unique. Well, Ivy definitely has a unique character, and especially to this roster, and it works, especially because I've kind of respectfully called it the Haas division. So, all the powerhouse ladies. So she's got a little China, little Luna Vachon in there. So,
Real, I'm going to address Real. Real's one of those people that doesn't matter what this company does, he's going to hate it, and it doesn't matter what the other company does, he's going to love it, and that's fine. But Real, stop and take a breath, watch without hate watching, enjoy the fucking wrestling that's in front of you, because there's a lot of good shit happening on this show right now. And again, I think you're making very ignorant claims in the sense of not paying attention to what's going on. And again, fresh matches. To me, Adam Copeland versus Minoru Suzuki, what's fresh about that? What's young and hip and exciting about that? Let's be real. If you want to call yourself real, be real, my friend. Let me understand. What am I missing in this? So when you give us nothing matches that mean nothing, that's what it is. Nothing. So yeah, we'll get our one-offs. But again, we got to have a happy medium in there. We were just critical of, where are the referees? Why is nobody breaking up this fight? But again, watch it and critique what you're seeing. This whole thing of, it's just repetitive wrestling. It's changed. It's not what it used to be. So let's open our eyes. Let's enjoy some of the wrestling that's happening before us.
Pro wrestling fandom is just so fucking weird at times. It's really respectfully, we try and critique anything and everything. And I dare say I'd challenge any other YouTube channel, Twitch channel, any other content creator that's watching as much live wrestling as we do, and outside promotions like Battle Club Pro Wrestling and in Wrestling Revolver before they got everybody's attention. House of Glory sitting there going out and watching MLWs doing 3-4 pay-per-views at the same time. I've never seen a fucking fandom, and especially coming off of this whole thing with the Bills losing last week, of you don't have people that hate watch football, but you have people that hate watch pro wrestling. Right, I fucking goddamn fucking quarterback out there throwing the goddamn pigskin. You have people that just hate watch pro wrestling. I'm sorry, but I have better things to do with my time than to
Yeah.
watch things that I don't enjoy.
Mhm.
I
And I'm not
watch we watch AEW
yeah,
wanting to enjoy it and wanting it to be the best product it can be. We
yeah.
watch the same thing with TNA, same thing with WWE. Every wrestling promotion, we want Love Battle Club Pro, absolutely.
Mhm.
Um, we want every bit of pro wrestling to be the best that it is. We've been praising it nonstop. This is the best time to be a pro
Yeah.
wrestling fan because you've got that attitude era feel to it. We've got we're getting mentioned at the goddamn Emmys. We've got blockbuster movies based on pro wrestling. We've got, we're going back to trying at least to keep things kayfabe there with Waller wanting to fight interviewers out there in Australia. Pro wrestling is the best pro wrestling right now. So to sit there and just be miserable fucking watching it, like,
Yeah.
I
Everything they
feel
do is
sorry
wrong.
for you.
Nothing's as good as my company. Well, listen, at the end of the day, guys, I mean, again, numbers don't lie, facts don't lie. And again, we watch it all and we can be critical. Yeah, I don't mind you guys coming into the chat and saying, I really don't like this and this is why. But just like, that sucks, that's stupid, that's dumb, they have hair, they wore boots. But come Wednesday, everything's wonderful. We'll just move the goalpost to a different direction. Of like, that makes sense. Sting's supposed to do that. That makes sense. The Bucks are wonderful. That's where I'm like, come on, let's work together.
I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, but God damn it, I can at least respect the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, they did their part to win that game as much as we did. Yeah, I thought I recognized her. Shout out Nita Strauss.
Nita Strauss.
I've seen her live. She's dope as hell.
Homeboy jumps up. She's mine.
Right. Yeah, so everybody knows out there.
Let's get this barefooted freak, Ivy Nile. I like it, AJ.
Well, we can talk about certain Vince Russo's comments about whole Valhalla coming out here, but Rio, I think, answered you.
I want both WWE and AEW and Impact to be great, but people spend more time bashing. No, AEW fans bring it on themselves by presenting themselves. Sometimes, my guy, in all due respect, how you presenting yourself in the chat today. That's why AEW fans take a beating. Like, that's why, because they take reality and they ignore the reality and just start spewing venom. Somehow, by shitting on the WWE, it makes AEW better. It doesn't work that way. We want them all to succeed, but come with real, a real position. And that's my only point there is that, Tony said it the other day. Oh, it's because we're the challenger brand. They're mean to us. No, it's because you go public with stupid shit. And then we got to beat you up for it. Like, we're the safest company in the world. Not factually true. We're on a great run. Not factually true. That is why AEW gets themselves in some boiling water.
Being critical of something doesn't mean you hate it.
Facts. But yeah, speaking of see here, perfect example. Nick, I'm out.
Oh, thanks.
Enjoy.
Oh, yes. So you're going to leave me here with Ivy Nile and Valhalla, of course, my favorite female wrestler there, Ivy Nile. Yeah. I don't know. I liked Sarah Logan. I have not liked Valhalla. And I don't know if there's anyone out there. Hey, we've got Nikki Cross out here, still looking as lost and lobotomized as ever. But I don't need to go the whole Vince Russo thing of she's got to go out here looking like fucking Captain Caveman here to get this gimmick over with me. I get the gimmick. I don't mind it. I just think that they've kind of been booked into oblivion a bit at this point. Like, they haven't done anything at this point, her or Ivar, that I feel I consider credible or that I would really deem them a threat to be moving in a forward trajectory here. But right now, I've got Valhalla in control of Ivy Nile. So if you haven't done so already, let me know who you're taking to this match. And I see about 100 some odd people kicking around right now. I'll get the words out, but 100%, if you haven't done so, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. Trust me, like I said before, we cover anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. Christ, we're trying to squeeze in time for us to, do our own original content and everything, because there's so many damn wrestling shows out here to watch. But 100%. Ivy for the win. Big Nick, any relations on a guy calling himself Ratfoot Big Nick? What? I have not heard that one before, but no. as Valhalla. So Maxine point out how Valhalla was trying to cheat out here. Yeah, no, I have not heard that. I guess there's a wrestler who I think fights in like wrestles in Dub X Dub, potentially who goes by Big Nick as well. But yeah, no, I've never heard any rat foot Big Nick. One, Nikki needs to go into TNA. Wouldn't be a bad shout. Well, there might be the potential now with Eric Young still such a prominent figure with TNA, and now with them talking about bringing on additional superstars and new signings throughout the whole year. Could we get almost a halfway reunion of sanity with, I mean, Damo's a free agent, Wolf's a free agent. Could we see them, show back up together in TNA? Bulldog off the top rope from Ivy Nile. 1, 2, 3 count. Ivy picks up the win here. Valhalla cakes. Oh, God. Why do I feel like they're going to be more like, that's got to be like flatbread or something, I feel. Polo, what up? Random Nick, have you ever enjoyed a full blue cane match? No, I have not actually been able to catch a full blue cane match, though I feel like they're probably all about as long as the clips that I've seen. But yeah, I have at least seen and heard of blue cane. I think it's hilarious and a little interesting. And I mean, I think, especially in 2024, and you're seeing Mustafa Ali do it. You saw Matt Cardona very clearly do it. You're seeing Steph D. Lander very clearly do it, amongst other people. It's no longer a weird, it's no longer like a black mark or whatever to be working the indies, I feel. Matt Cardona has very much proved that you can establish yourself to where the other companies are calling you because of what you've done on the indies. Hammerstone's a prime example with his debut in TNA. As Jay out here helping the New Day. KJ saying Jay versus Gunther. I think that's where eventually we're going to go here. I very much could see, if we don't see it at WrestleMania, a Jimmy versus Jay match, I could see, well, do we get maybe at a Chamber a Jay versus, well, no, we can't get that because it's in Perth. So I do see at some point Jay holding the IC belt. I just wonder if we could do it before Mania here. Yeah, so okay, so Jay, I guess, did mention about how he plans on winning some titles this year. As hey, Damage Control sneaking around backstage. So Kofi calling out Gunther for the IC belt next week on Raw. As we've got Damage Control. I love that from Jay. Just yeet. But yeah, Damage Control on Raw. Absolutely, I find that super interesting, and I'll ask the audience. I'll poll the audience. You guys can let me know as we're in commercial break. I think 2 or 3 at this point. How do you feel that it's gone presentation-wise in WWE now that we don't have Kevin Dunn and his 57 camera cuts? But like we've got the little tease of Damage Control walking backstage, and hey, you kind of ain't supposed to be here, but they don't draw any attention to it. They leave it just long enough in the shot that you can see him walk by. But I think that's great. That's going to be interesting tonight. I do like the idea. Like I said, I think Jay ends up being potentially the one to dethrone Gunther. But Kofi challenging Gunther next week. Oh, I know Kofi already kind of looks like he has kind of like that thing going on with his chest. I think it might go complete, Annie instead of Audi there after taking all them chops from Gunther next week, I feel. Kofi versus Gunther next week. Yeah, man's about to get his chest caved in, respectfully. I think Damage Control on Raw tonight because of Rhea Ripley. What would be the tie-in, Sir Dale? What would be the tie-in? Be really interesting to see who they get involved with. Kofi is going to get his chest flatter facing Gunther. Yes. Kofi versus Gunther. Alexis, what up? Kofi Mania 2.0. No, we need to start Truth Mania. That's what we need to start. We need to start Truth Mania. If we're going to say our truth's the Sami Zayn to the bloodline as, our truth is to the Judgment Day, then we absolutely need to start, Truth Mania here. Damage Control are here because of the WWE Women's Tag Titles. That's not a bad shout, actually. Actually, shit. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Make it make sense. Without Kevin Dunn, it still looks the same to me. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, Bashay, because to me, at least, the cuts to commercials aren't so expected all the time. I mean, granted, at times they fall a little flat. We've still joked that there's plenty of times to where Kevin Dunn's probably at home doing the whole Leonardo DiCaprio, whoop, that's me, of, oh, you fucked up there. But overall, I think it's at least been easier on the eyes, if that makes any bit of sense there. As Juan saying, hell, Truth of Mania. Yes, Truth of Mania, 100%. Let's see if we can get that trending on the Twitter machines, on the X machines. X going to give it to you by the end of Monday Night Raw here, if we can get Truth of Mania trending. I can't wait till 2K24. I'm super interested to see it, especially because Fight Forever was, at least you were kind of hoping it would have been something that reminded you of like the old N64, No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000, WCW, NWO Revenge games, and it was just headache-inducing and button controller smashing. But I'm really excited with 2K24, and like I said, there seems to be a lot of time and effort put into it. Freebird saying I haven't noticed difference more commercial WWE ad commercials. That's not actually a bad shout if they've thrown more of their own commercials in there. Well, I mean, when you're bought out, I guess you can afford to do that. Monday Night Raw, ice cream bars. J-Boy, man's always out here. Are you just out here? Do you constantly just chasing down an ice cream man? You're always out here asking for ice cream bars. Mid-card Jay out here yeeting. Nah, you put some respect on Jay's name out here trying to call him mid-card, but I do like that at the end. Just turns in yeet. What did Ronan say? Oh God. Oh gosh, about the tag titles. As where's A-Town? That must be why A-Town out here in this chat here is because Monday Night Raw out here in New Orleans.
Speaking of the dead man,
I was gonna say, I mentioned New Orleans and you were out here singing, so I thought you were out here, just coming fresh off of Bourbon Street or something.
I'm bouncing back, my guy.
All right.
But yeah, folks, we're rolling along. Nia Jax on the way out to the ring right now, and the show goes on. Oh, without Pete Dunne, there's Pete Dunne. Without the other Dunne, I do feel like the camera work is a little different, and I love the little nuances of like you just see people in the background during an interview. And I will say this: I've been very critical of the New Day. Them having a little more edge and a little more attitude, I like it. I like that they got a bit of a different feel. They're not just, throwing pancakes and dancing around. They're pissed off. They got an edge to them. It's a little bit better than what we've had for quite a while.
Gone are the cookie cutter cartoon baby faces. Now it's a baby face that has an actual reason and some backing and some marbles behind them.
But I think Kofi takes on Gunther, which sets up Jay to come out to help him. And Jay going after Gunther for that belt.
Do you get it before Mania, though? That's going to be the thing.
Maybe not. Awesome Truth for tag team champions. Highly possible. Highly possible.
But I do also like that we're already potentially throwing down feuds that we're kicking the can past Mania now already.
Yeah.
With Jay Gunther, as I liked in the lower third for Nia when she came out here, which granted, I actually do like Nia since she's been back. They mentioned been undefeated since her return to Monday Night Raw.
Right.
We're undefeated in singles competition.
Facts. Now, again, Diamond Control showing up on Raw does open a couple doors. The tag champions, obviously. Plus, the Kabuki Warriors getting a title shot on Friday. And I think it'd be great to put the belts on them. Bailey teasing against Ripley might be interesting.
Oh, she's getting whatted. Sorry.
She's getting whatted, Nick.
Why? As Nia's out here saying, oh, she doesn't want to face me because she can't beat me. Why?
Every time someone says Royal Rumble, it pops up.
I know.
Whoa!
As Becky comes out, but it was just so fitting that right as Gunther says Sunday, it pops up Saturday.
That was the best. Becky's got a mic. And someone said, what do you do with Becky because she's been squashed? What do you think, Nick? Like, we saw Becky emphatically lose to Nia Jax.
I'm sorry, I just got thrown off by Becky coming out here. Shut up, you adult. And they put underneath it 6 women's Grand Slam champion and everything. Like,
there you go.
You can say Becky's been squashed, this and that. What she did in NXT, it's still Becky goddamn Lynch. Respectfully, as much as Charlotte Flair can jump the line, Becky Lynch can jump the line.
Carhill is not winning the Rumble. I predict she is, unless the only way I will change my vote is if Sasha Banks is in the Rumble. Then I might consider changing my vote. But Jade's going to have a good showing at the Rumble. Win or lose, I think she's going to be in the Rumble, and I think she's going to be dominant.
Does she lose to Let's Light It Up, Light It Up?
Oh, shit, maybe. Oh, you injured half of them. And I like the lower thirds, Nick. You point out a good thing there.
Yeah, well, it's it's weird because they just do it in this little side pocket versus the actual like above the top, which Hangman's always notorious for. But freshly dyed hair Becky out here.
Oh, we got Bayley setting up the Rumble. Let's go.
Hey, but this is
pop.
There's the potential. There's been the outside talk that Bayley wins the Rumble and goes at EO.
Well, again, the idea that potentially her friend who she was watching TNA live with might be involved in some storyline here. Very possible.
Facts. As they mentioned, first ever women's Grand Slam champion.
Yeah. Shut up.
But also interesting fact, Bayley has never competed in a singles match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, you feel like that's overdue.
Yeah, so we all kind of thought we were going to get this 8-woman tag match, and if we're not going to get that, maybe we just get a straight up singles match.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Right. As Bayley instantly says, I'm winning the Royal Rumble. She just ricocheted Becky off of Nia.
And Bayley getting stomped now. We're getting a preview, folks. What's Saturday going to look like?
Yeah, there was a young Bayley who played the silver ball.
Oh, manhandle slam. And here comes the pancake. Bayley up and Becky up and over.
God, well, because this is when you get the typical Michael Cole, and that's how Becky would have been eliminated if this was Saturday at the Royal Rumble, because you've got to throw your opponent over the top rope.
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
Did her feet curl up and everything? Like in the Wizard of Oz?
Almost. Right now, Nia Jax has to be a heavy favorite. Folks, you cannot sleep on Nia. You know what I did?
Yeah, I know.
Boston saying Bayley winning the Rumble. James also agreeing with Boston.
But that's, again, could make a valid case for it. You made a case for Jade. Could make a valid case for that. You can make a case for Nia. You can make a case for Sasha, and she ain't even signed with the fucking company.
We're getting our annual facts and figures of Royal Rumble.
All right. So since I brought it up, I guess this is when I can time out here.
All right. Nick's taking a pause for the cause right now. We are getting the annual, I guess, Rumble preview thing they do, where they break down the numbers, the stats, and all the goodness. As we get a shout out to the past of Royal Rumble 88, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. For those who don't know, your first ever Rumble winner. Good old Bray Wyatt on the screen right now. Only 2.6% of participants have won. I like it. Bayley giving face. Now, here's the thing. We've seen the rift between Damage Control and Bayley. Damage Control told her on Friday, Rumble, you're going alone. You're on your own. We got nothing to do. You know, we're not going to help you. We saw her take the loss to Belair. So very intriguing times for Becky, and Bailey. Bailey could use a friend. Could that friend be Sasha Banks, folks? I know there's been highly debated out there, but could that be the person who helps Bailey with Damage Control? The men's record, 2023, Gunther. Jade is my pick. I'm with you, Larry. I mean, bold statement. It really is bold, being that we haven't seen her at all. But when Triple H talks about strapping a rocket to someone's back, wouldn't that not be it? And number 30 better not win this year. And I will take it. We got a bunch of people in the chat right now. Who are you taking? Not who. What number is going to win the Royal Rumble? How about that? Give me a number in the chat right now. Should be very easy. But what number is going to win the Royal Rumble? And it better not be 30. Charlotte injured. Yes, Charlotte's on the shelf till September, at least. Bailey reunites with Sasha Banks. The SmackDown after Royal Rumble. My prediction. Okay, I accept that. 13 wins the Rumble. Jade shows up on the Raw. Okay, possible. It's very possible, my friend. 27. All right. It's the only way you could. Oh, I don't want to hear that. With all due respect, Jade is not WrestleMania ready. She can debut at Rumble, but she can't win it. How do you know she's not WrestleMania ready, though? She has been doing nothing but training since she signed. What can you honestly say about Jade? We know her natural talent. We know her natural charisma. If she's been training day in and day out, 5 days a week for the last 4 or 5 months, what if she shows up ready? I've seen clips of Jade moving in a way that I didn't know she could move. Transitions. I've seen her, in a different light. And I'm not saying she is, but do we know how much work has been done with Jade? How far has she come since signing with the WWE? As we now have the Judgment Day rolling out. Dominik Mysterio coming out with Finn and JD. Jade as 27. 27. A couple picks for number 7. There you go. I'm going to, 24, 30. No, Dale. No 30s. But we go back into commercial break. We'll see. I'll say it. I'll say this. If you assign numbers 29 or 30, you definitely have the right lottery pick to win the Royal Rumble match. Yes, coming in late definitely gives you an odds-on advantage. 100%. I just think the number 30 spot has happened too often in recent memory. In my humble opinion, I think there's been way too many 30s that have won. 22 wins the Royal Rumble. I like it. Number 2. Now, see, I'm with Boston. Number 2. I think whoever wins this Royal Rumble will be a person that goes, runs the table, that goes in early, whether it's Cody, whether it's Punk, 1 or 2 or 3. I'm going a low number this year, folks, and you guys can disagree with me, but I'm taking number 2 with Boston. I like it, Boston. My lucky number 21. There we go. Sasha Banks at number 30. I'm still calling that. Damian, I like it. My pick of the men's Rumble match is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Fair enough. We accept that. 13 says Andy. If Cody Rhodes is number 30, he's going to win. He shouldn't be 30, and he shouldn't win from 30. I thought last year, or the last time he won last year, yeah. It wasn't. It felt like a layup. Felt like a foregone conclusion. Felt like lazy Vince McMahon booking. Number 21 for both men and women. Oh, wow. 2 21s. Very interesting. KJ, just think about it. If Jade isn't ready, why put her in the Rumble and expose her in front of most of her peers? or at Mania. I'd rather see Jade in a one-on-one matches. But again, the Rumble can hide some flaws. Facts. Or they feel that she is ready. She is going to be everything they signed her to be, and they push her to the moon. They strap that rocket to her, and they let her go. Again, we don't know. If she comes out flying and looks great at the Rumble, goes on to Mania, challenges for a title, it's not out of the realm of possibility if they see her in that light, if they've spent enough time on this investment. I really think it's a possibility. The Miz is going to lose. His wife isn't there to help him. All right. Maurice. We haven't seen Maurice in a hot minute, but keep an eye on R-Truth. R-Truth is definitely going to be a factor here, guys. Don't pick number 14. It's cursed number in the Royal Rumble. There you go. 14. Stay away from 14. I think Jay will be at Raw after Mania for her debut. I could see that being true too. I really could. Right now, you look at Nia Jax and what she's doing. You look at Bayley being in the mix, Becky being in the mix. There is options here. So, again, a bit of a dark horse for sure. Number 17 says Kyle. Fair enough. Doesn't matter the number. Haku is winning the Rumble. There you go. There you go. Somebody's kid got lost. It's walking. The Miz for the win. Yeah, I'm taking Miz for the win. Folks, up next, we're getting the Miz versus Dominik Mysterio. Not sure if it's Dom or Nick. We're not positive yet. But I am taking R-Truth. I do believe with the reaction and the love that Truth is getting right now, and the fact that Miz was turned into a pretty solid babyface by Gunther, that the awesome Truth could be your next tag team champions. I don't think that's at the realm of possibility, and I don't think it's a bad move at all. Becky in the back. By the way, shout out to Becky's very red hair. 11 or 24. Oh, Becky and Rhea face to face. Cody Rhodes at number 27. 24 wins the Rumble. I like it. I like it. Becky with pouty face. 2 for men's, 14 for women. Fair enough. Fair enough. Punk at 27. Punk's going in early. Put Punk in early. Get it over with. Becky is my pick. 1 or 30. So you're just going complete opposite of the gambit as we get the Miz coming out from the back, folks. 11. Okay. I'm going Punk and Sasha. Told you Sasha would make me change my mind. For me, it's 15. All right. Halfway there. Living on a prayer. 24, 27, 30. Nah. They should have a match for 30. Yeah, the only hold up with that is if they're saving 30 for a surprise. R-Truth talking to the Miz. True telling him not to tag in. 11 or 24. You gotta love Truth. You gotta love Truth, folks. AJ Lee at 24. Got Miz for the win, as you should. I think so. I got Dom. Awesome Truth won last week. A very good point, Juan. We'll see how this one plays out as we get the ding, ding, ding. Both men tied up and ready to go. It's Show Miz time. Big Nick, that's exactly what I'm thinking. 27. Okay. I think you get Punk in there earlier than that, to be honest. Miz wins 15, says Alex. All right. Finn wins the men's Rumble at number 22. Let's go. I got Dom, got that one. AJ Lee at 24. There you go. Dom and Nick for the W. And we get arm drags and the crowd cheers. Big fake. All right. Has Punk had a televised match yet? I know he was wrestling Dom and MSG. No televised matches for Punk. You're saving it. You got to make it special, and I understand why they're doing it. I know some people, oh, Punk's just cutting promos. That's it. That's called build, and that's called anticipation. You don't give it away for free, and they're not going to. All right, we will get him back in the ring at Rumble, and then we will go from there. 19. Maybe Sasha returns at 27, and 30 is AJ Lee. Fair enough. As Miz gets tossed out, he's got to keep an eye on Finn and JD. And there it is. Finn laying out Miz right now. Stardust will not be in the Rumble, and he will definitely not win the Royal Rumble. So sorry to disappoint, J-Boy, but maybe we'll find you some ice cream bars to help you out. The Rock's music is hitting at 30, and he wins the Rumble. I shut off my TV. Yeah, you guys will watch a little mini meltdown here. I won't be happy with that result. The Rock at 17. Yeah, if The Rock's there, it's going to be late. And again, if The Rock wins the Royal Rumble, I'm going to be very disappointed. That's very Vince booking. Dirty Dum Dum will lose. I see Punk in less than number 12. I agree. Punk and AJ win the Rumble. There you go. There you go. There you go. First ever couples winning together. Here's why all the training in school may not translate. Parker Boudreaux or Gable Stevenson. Yeah, I mean, out of all the other names that have translated, Corey, I mean, picking out two examples, and Gable Stevenson isn't a lack of training. People are booing Gable Stevenson for different reasons. They're not booing him because he's not prepared or not trained. Parker Boudreaux, I mean, he got overhyped as the next Brock Lesnar because of the physical comparison. But yeah, those two, comparing them to Jade, I don't know, my friend. I think that's a bit of a stretch. Ricky, 27 for both men and women's Royal Rumble. Okay, 26. Miz in control. Bum, bum, bum. The crowd is fired. Crowd's been into everything pretty much tonight, guys. The live crowd has been good. And I feel like we're heading to another commercial break, and we are back in a commercial. Hello, how you doing?
Speaking of back, I'm back in the saddle again.
Back in the saddle again. Not a chance in hell The Rock being in the Royal Rumble. I don't see it. I don't like it. How do you feel about it?
I still think we're getting Dwayne versus Roman at Rumble or at Chamber.
Now, what about the reports that, a lot of people think that Roman won't even be at Chamber?
And how many times have we seen reports? So-and-so won't be there.
Yeah.
So-and-so will be there. They don't show up. Respectfully, it's not an absolute scientist. I don't know who's more inaccurate, meteorologist or wrestling journalists.
Right.
And still managed to be considered journalists. So,
yeah,
it's fucking guesswork.
Oh, I bet.
If you're going to have a huge match like that, do you advertise it ahead or do you make it a fucking huge surprise?
It all depends. I mean, again, I think if it's going to be Chamber, you got to let people know, right? If The Rock's going to be at Chamber, it's got to matter. But The Rock cannot win the Royal Rumble. It will sully the Rumble. It's no different than Brock Lesnar winning it for no reason a couple years ago. Ronda Rousey winning it. You're shitting all over the Rumble, guys. You take all the fun out of it.
It'll be the reverse of when The Rock held up Roman's hand and he got all confused why everyone was booing. They'll have Roman hold up The Rock's hand and everyone will be confused why they're booing.
Yeah, and again, one of the worst Rumble finishes ever, where everybody in the building, everybody at home, everybody everywhere was pissed off.
Right. So I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're still going to have the match between them. I think if you're going to do it, you're going to do it at Chamber. Be really interesting if you do it at Mania. Be the greatest. That's your Hogan Rock 2 is Rock Roman. But at the same time, Cody's kind of in the way a little bit.
I still don't know if they've given up on that story. So again, I'm very... I said in the beginning, do Rock Roman in Perth, give Cody his spot. But again, they might be keeping the belt on Roman until 2025. Who the fuck knows?
Right, facts. We're only on chapter 3 here. But could they do a triple threat at Mania between Cody, Rock, Roman?
I feel like that dilutes it a little. Maybe I'm just jaded,
Yeah.
but I don't love it.
If Cody wins the belt or pinning the Rock, like, I mean, if you pin the Rock, but at the same time, you didn't pin Roman for the belt.
Even if you do pin Roman, you pin Roman on the, like, you know what? The Rock hits a rock bottom, Cody hits a Cody cutter on the Rock, and then pins Roman.
Yeah, you needed somebody else in the match to pick up the win.
Yeah, I don't love it, but again, we'll see. I would worry if Punk has the juice to last coming in early for the Rumble. I think 25 to 28. Well, here's the thing about the Rumble. There's a lot of time to, lay down. And we saw Ric Flair do it. We've seen others do it.
Do the Road Dog just hold the corner and just lay there? You can't throw me out. Or, Christ, if you could do it, if you could manage it, do the Zach Galvin and throw your, peg leg underneath the bottom rope. So then, no matter what, you can't be eliminated.
Right. KJ, you win in the 2024 Royal Rumble this year. The only way that happens is if I spend the bulk of the Royal Rumble under the ring. And even then, I'm not confident. Yeah, right. And even then, I'm not confident that I can pull it off. I want Sasha Banks and Bayley to face off for the women's, in the women's Royal Rumble match. Big moment.
Could happen.
Mm-hmm.
As I've right now got Miz firing up.
Do you think Rhea Ripley could be in the men's Royal Rumble this year? Or is she she's kind of got her own thing going on. So I don't know.
If she was, it would make sense. Do I think they need to do it? No.
I'm with you.
Like, if she's there, I'm not going to be mad at it. But I don't think you need to do that, plan for it, expect that anything.
Oh, Miz with a Hurricane Rana to JD.
Well, when you got that big of a head, it's easy to fucking latch on your fucking legs around and flip them over.
Once you get the momentum going.
Once you get the motion there, that fucking equilibrium gets thrown out real fast.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised at how good this match between Miz and Dom has been. Back and forth.
It's a 2-on-1. It's a handicap match. You've got Dom and Nick taking on Miz.
Yeah. Well, R-Truth warned him. Be careful.
I like the don't tag in.
Yeah.
After that's literally what he was supposed to do last week and just tagged in.
Zoe Starks will win the Women's Royal Rumble with her heel turn move. Maybe, Richard. I don't see it. I mean,
I doubt it, but we will see her later tonight with Shayna Baszler taking on Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae.
Some shitty kicks by Miz. They didn't look good at all.
Oh,
that didn't look good either.
Fucking fumbled trying to get to the 619.
After I compliment the match. Thanks, guys.
Right. Literally, as soon as you compliment it, they're like, how can we fuck this up?
Miz. Oh. Finn with the kick.
Step up.
Wow, Damian's going to win this.
619. Dom going up top. Frog splash. 1, 2,
and
3.
Miz takes the L.
Well, who was it? I think it was Juan or somebody that pointed out in the chat that, the Awesome Truth won last week. So
yep. Now you're getting your payback.
The Judgment Day won.
No.
With a roll up. Now we got DIY.
Here comes DIY. They have a title match next week.
The blandest of tag teams.
That's so crazy. They did take the energy out of the building. I'm not going to lie. Listen how quiet it was.
The crowd goes meh. Like, literally, if Milquetoast was a fucking pro wrestler, just bland. And it's so weird from looking at what Johnny Gargano was, what Tommaso Ciampa was, and now it's like,
because everybody wanted R-Truth.
I'm not even saying with R-Truth or any of this. I'm just talking DIY is just blander than baby shit.
Right. KJ, I have a tricky question. Is Sasha returns? Could she return as Mercedes Moné? I don't know. I really don't. I think it's tricky.
I've heard that that's part of what the contention was, or at least what the discussion was. Now, regardless of whose talks that was with, I'm not sure. But if she shows up in WWE, it's probably definitely not going to be Mercedes Moné. We're not going to backtrack a whole bunch of merch with Sasha Banks on this and Sasha Banks on that and the boss. No, we ain't going to do that.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a bit of a reach for me, but we got Damian in the back with Jackie Redmond.
Now, Naomi coming back as Trinity, I could see that more believable because I think you could make that transition to Trinity and Fatu because, hey.
True, still selling t-shirts in the parking lot, making bank.
Where's he selling t-shirts? Because I need to know. This man's got stacks. That's gonna be Damian Priest is gonna be the Jey Uso of the Judgment Day.
Yeah,
he's gonna go down and be the one that turns babyface because he's buddies with the comical guy,
right? I don't understand all the hype around CM Punk. I think the guy is overrated. Terrence, I hate to break it to you, but overrated or not, I mean, the guy sells more merch, sells more tickets, and brings more eyes than just about anybody in the business. So that is the thing about Punk. People love to see him. People react to him. He gets a reaction. He left a legacy when he left WWE last time. I mean, you can't take anything away from the guy.
Love him or hate him, he's a draw. That's undeniable.
It's facts. All right. So Damian putting Drew on notice is, I guess you're setting the main event with these two. Maybe.
Is this interesting that this is your main event? Like, does the briefcase get put on the line here or something? Or is this just two big, tall motherfuckers going at it?
Two big boys. I mean, again, yeah, just trying to highlight people that aren't just the main event status, trying not to be repetitive, giving us something new and fresh, I think is all.
Add a layer to the Royal Rumble because obviously Damian's going to be, if he's not in the Rumble, he's going to be very much clearly hanging around in it.
Mm-hmm.
So Chad Gable coming out right now to take on Ivar.
Right. Cody Rhodes will win the Royal Rumble thanks to Jey Uso's interference to stop Gunther. Potential that actually has some legs, Richard, for once.
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then.
Yeah, no, I like the idea of Jey Uso going after Gunther. I really do. I think it works really well.
Well, absolutely, absolutely. I just don't think that we'll get it before Mania. Do you think that we're going to get Jimmy versus Jey at Mania?
I like the idea, but I mean, if it was Jey versus Gunther at Mania, works for me too.
Valid. I just want more of where do you slot Jimmy and then in Mania at all, honestly.
Jimmy's on the other side. Maybe Jimmy's in a tag match with Solo. I mean, Jimmy has been just Jimmy lately, right? Like,
yeah.
Jey Uso has the entire building jumping when he comes out. We just put a short up on our page of everybody going crazy for the Yeet. So Jey is doing his thing. Jimmy's just Jimmy. Don't Jimmy me, Jules.
He's no Yeet.
He's no Yeet. Yeah, 100%.
You have Yeet and then no Yeet.
All right. Good pro wrestling makes you want something just out of reach. We will have to earn Punk matches, give his relative physical health, and that's a great thing for storytelling. I completely agree, C-Money. I think in a day and age where everybody wants the instant gratification, wants the instant love, like we want it all right now, people criticizing Punk for not wrestling. I mean, it's been the case for as old as wrestling is. The main event guys didn't wrestle on TV every single week because you had to pay to see those guys.
A la Roman Reigns, a la Brock Lesnar before him. It's interesting how, as much as we've gone away from the boom and the territory days and everything, it seems like we're hearkening back to it. Of like I talked about earlier, we've already started to kick the can past WrestleMania. So we're already setting up past WrestleMania 40 into WrestleMania 41 and beyond. It's a wealth of riches, and we're building up a whole universe of everybody's got storylines that tie into each other, like we've talked about with the Rumble. Everybody from top of the card to at least mid card, upper mid card, all have storylines that all interconnect.
Yep. And again, I think you try and make every segment mean something. Yeah, not everything. You're gonna get an Ivy Nile fucking Valhalla match thrown in there. It's just the nature of the beast. Not every match should be a barn burner because, I mean, it's like every scene in a movie is not the best scene of the movie. Like, it's just the way it is, guys. Right?
I mean,
Like,
sometimes it'd be like that,
but there's downtime and everything. But you think back to the Attitude Era, and then like the opening segment is two big names, and the second segment's two big names, and then even when you got your comic relief, you got your Val Venus and your Snippy Snippies and all
choppy
that shit.
choppies.
Yeah, choppy. Like there was a time and place for the not so serious, the hurricanes, but then you had something that you wanted to watch, and like R-Truth, comic relief. You want to watch it though. You want to see it.
Yeah, very much. If you go back and look at like, whatever nostalgia era you want to look back in pro wrestling, you do look at it with a little bit of rose tinted glasses of you block out, the bullshit. Like you kind of even mentioned like choppy PP. Like nowadays, unless you kind of watch it there live, you kind of, now it's like a little cringe, but hey, Bronson Reed
talking about Jey Uso. Bronson Reed on the TV screen right now, folks, if you're paying attention at home.
Did he say Jay specifically? Because I'm hearing him.
He started with Jey Uso, yeah.
Okay. Because I know last week he was wanting a title, but didn't clarify which.
Not a bad shout, though. I mean, if Jay could get his hands on the IC belt and Bronson's one of his challengers, I'm okay with that.
It very much establishes a clear cut and a pretty stacked intercontinental division of Jey Uso, Bronson Reed, Gunther. That's your three there, and you may be showing a Sami Zayn. You're showing a couple other guys. Yeah.
And they're showing off the Royal Rumble gear, the Buccaneers gear, essentially.
Yeah.
Chad for the win. Someone asked, and I think I clicked away, but anybody taking Chad Gable for the Rumble?
No. He's a guy, again, I'd be surprised if he's in it.
He might be in it. He might, again, they tend to have a few filler spots. Gunther, I can see Otis in it. Thank you,
crew. Chad Gable, I feel, unfortunately, seems like he's halfway starting to slide into that new Rick Boogs spot of like, we're gonna do so many commercials with you. You can pitch Old Spice everything, because he's got that ad read kind of promo style,
right? No, again, it's silliness, right? And I don't know. I'm kind of torn with it because I did like some of the stuff he was doing.
Right. Well, Juan saying, Yeet, is it me or does Bronson give Yokozuna vibes?
Yeah, I mean, again, Yoko needed, Yoko had two people talking for him at times.
Yeah,
big fella, offering a lot. I think Triple H is very high on Bronson, and I understand why. Like Jonah can go.
I think it's just been a long time since a guy like Bam Bam Bigelow or anybody like that could go. That was the size of a guy like Jonah that could go at that same size. Granted, I know I keep even going back to his New Japan name, but yeah, the fact that guy did the whole tour over in Japan, he reminds me more of a Vader Bam Bam. Like he's a big guy who can actually talk.
Yep. No, and you're not wrong at all. Speaking of big fellas, there's Ivar taking a kick in the face.
Gable just running senton kick.
Finally, KJ and Nick are talking about the Attitude Era. It's about time somebody is talking about my favorite era. Christian, stick around. We talk about it quite a bit. It's kind of a little bit the heyday for us.
That was our childhood, 100%. As Ivar with the kind of black hole slam there, or the kind of spin out body slam.
Chad Gable could easily have been Kurt Angle 2.0 if WWE of competent writing. Yeah, blame Vince, man.
Yeah, instead of my black son.
Yeah.
That respectfully, if Jason Jordan or if Chad Gable was in the spot that Jason Jordan was with Kurt Angle, Chad Gable's career is on an entirely different trajectory.
Yeah, not only that, the story itself would have worked better. Like, it
Makes
would have
fucking
got
sense.
over.
Swinging neck breaker from Gable going up top.
Chad Gable for the win. That's right, folks. You got any predictions on this one? Let us know. Let us know. Let us know. Ivar for the win. Ivar for the win. Yeah, I'm going to take Ivar this time.
I'll take Gable. Ready, willing, and Gable. Diving headbutt.
Thank you.
Shoosh.
Bronson's a lot more agile than Yokozuna. Yoko dreamed of being too. Yeah, no, I mean, Bronson's extremely agile. Again, I think you hit it with the Bam Bam vibes.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. You ever seen Yoko around a buffet? Yoko around a buffet. That man tiptoe
Agile as fuck.
ballerina vibes.
Right? Oh shit.
Be pulling out dishes that weren't even out there.
Suplex over the top rope.
But he like hung him up on it. Oh,
yeah. Like, I'm not letting go.
I don't know who got the worst of that, though, a little bit, respectfully. Ivar, you got to sell that. You got choked up.
Splash on the outside as we head into a commercial break, ladies and gentlemen.
So if Eric's out for a extended time being and everything, wouldn't a guy like Redbeard be a perfect guy that you could bring in as a tag team with Ivar? I mean, man's already looks like a Nordic motherfucker as it is. I'm sure he's got all the tattoos. I mean, granted, you'd be a little hard pressed to go past, like, where's you with Bray Wyatt? I've seen your face around here before. But, I mean, you could at least go with it. And I think WWE fans would at least get behind it and like it of, like, clearly Bray's not there. So you got to do something. Just because Bray passed doesn't mean everyone else's career has to stop.
No, not at all. And Redbeard is a guy that I don't know what happened. Like, and you don't even see like a lot of indie bookings for Redbeard. You don't. I don't hear Redbeard out and around a lot. And I was a big fan of Redbeard. I would love to see him come back.
I liked him with the Bludgeon Brothers. I liked him all the way up until they gave him the stupid "what's in the bag" thing.
What's in the cage?
What's in the box?
Vince and his 80s booking could not.
Once they gave him the prop, like Halloween prop, Spirit of Halloween Tarantula thing, I'm like, nope.
Right.
We're done here.
Ivar the Viking. Could you see the Perfect 10? Yes, we can. Maybe not at the Rumble, but I could see him back. Yeah.
I could see him. He's not a bad shot, I would think, to go to TNA if he does still want to wrestle. Mm-hmm. I could see him show up in WWE just at the 10 spot, just for nostalgia, for the fucking pop, and then gets hucked out.
But keep in mind, I mean, there's still some talent. There's definitely some talent there with Spears, and there is a connection with Cody and such. I mean, I'd be curious if you could bring him back in the fold. And again, a guy that could potentially, take on certain people for IC belts, and that all depend on if he could get himself over once they brought him back. But TNA would work, but yeah, bring him back in the 10 spot. Let's go.
You bring him back and QT, and you just pair them up with Cody, and you just get the Nightmare Factory fucking faction. Is that where we're gonna go here? Gonna bring back Brandy Rhodes?
Maybe. Bring them all back. Let's go. The chairman is back in the building.
Yeah.
Otis has got some excellent nicknames built like a tree trunk and the round mound of Meat Town of meat by Pat McAfee. Could you see Pat being involved in Rumble or Mania, my friend? I know you're a big fan, so
I would like him on commentary. I not for nothing, no respect to the man. I think he's prime athlete, but I don't think I would want him in the Rumble or anything like that. Maybe a one-off if it called for it at Mania, but in the Rumble, again, we've talked about it. Save those spots for guys you think that could actually win this. I would love to see Pat back on commentary more than anything, especially when you've got fucking
KP.
Yeah, Kevin Patrick, just Jesus Christ, my guy. If we've ever had a better sales pitch to just mute WWE television and turn us on.
We're back from commercial. And a huge superplex by Gable.
Oh.
Just woke the crowd up. They've been pretty quiet since DIY, so.
Yeah. But that's the thing is this guy's, 5 feet of fury, but can pull off some like that.
Oh, my God. That crossbody from Ivar looks ridiculous.
Oh.
Jesus.
That is a fucking front loader just meeting you head on.
Yeah. Both men back over the top rope. And again, I could see both these guys ending up in the Rumble. Oh, he dodges the heel kick, but so the foot missed the pole too.
Yeah, that was supposed to be he caught his heel on the ring post, but he clearly didn't. But yeah, that body splash from Ivar up to Gable on the apron there. That looked like those old commercials. Like, do you remember the crash test dummies or how you had to wear your seatbelt and everything? Yeah. That looked like some of that shit like that.
Ivar with a Pearl River plunge. The egg. Where's my egg? I want my egg.
Care for an egg in this trying time?
Bludgeon Brothers was ridiculous. More like men with hammers doing the unsafety 100%. I'm with Daniel. The Bludgeon Brothers suck.
Duck Dynasty. Oh, he's gonna. I swear to God, respectfully to Ivar, I thought Michael Cole just called it that he was going to lock in the Cankle lock. Respectfully.
Could you see Karrion Kross going for Logan Paul? Not that soon, but maybe one day.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see. Well, we clearly know that the Last Testament is going to be going clearly after Bobby Lashley, his profits, the pride there. But it's going to be interesting to see where they go beyond then.
Oh, big leg drop. Maybe if KO wins Rumble, Karrion could maybe put his attention there at some point. Maybe.
The Miz does Kross go at Roman or anything like that, or whoever? If Cody wins, do you get Kross going at Cody?
Maybe. Chad kicking out again. Ty Dillinger would be pretty good for the Performance Center, apparently. He's got his own training school. He is really well known, especially in the Niagara Falls area. So shout out to Ty.
Absolutely.
Maybe that's why I'm pushing for him.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, even if he doesn't get a job, on screen or anything like that.
No way.
There's still all the potential that he could be a trainer there. Ankle lock from Gable.
Right.
Ivar gets to the bottom rope.
AJ getting some good sleep. Thanks, Triple H.
Let's talk about with this match.
I think the match has been all right, though. For what it's worth.
Yeah,
decent match, yeah. Damian's
got decent match. I guess I kind of wish. I know we're gonna keep harping on this. I wish there was more story to it, or like more.
Well, they've had that rivalry
at stake or anything.
Well, what are you going to put on stake with your mid card kind of filler guys? But they've been the.
But is that a problem of it being 3 hours?
Oh, I mean that's a debate that we're going to have forever. Wow.
So nobody home. Bridging German suplex.
Right.
Two out.
They should have made Chad Gable. Yeah, we touched on that TLD, and you're not wrong at all.
Every time this man hits a huge ass suplex like that, the crowd goes goddamn insane.
They're big spots, man. You see a superplex. You see they've gone over the rope a couple times. Like I know, AJ's sentiment of like, oh, I'm sleeping. But I mean, the crowd seems to be getting behind a lot of what we're getting. Both men up top again. And look at this. Holy shit.
Oh my God. Transitions out of the superplex into a fucking German suplex mid rope.
Oh, Valhalla.
He's about to set.
Gonna be it. Gable gets dropped on his face. Whoopsie.
Oh, yeah. He's gonna end up like the Shotzi there, with like half her like makeup just embedded in the canvas there.
Ivar going to the top again. I don't love the camera angle. Thank you.
You don't want to see what's under that loincloth, sir.
It's a bit much. And there you go. Where's Maxine when we need her?
Yeah, where'd she run off to?
Imagine MJF comes out Saturday night, break the internet. Listen, AJ, for any other reason other than the fact that it would break the internet, I would kill for this moment. The man's next to me might go into cardiac failure. Like, honestly. I love you, bro. But
The
we might have
prodigal
to have
son has returned home. If he does, he has to win. He has to win.
Nah. Come on. In that Shark Tank? Tank?
You don't do maybe even
Final three,
with
final
him and
four.
Punk. You don't do a triple threat. Nothing.
Maybe
you have him there and you don't do anything.
Final three. Maybe Punk toss him out. It would be awesome. He tosses Punk out would be the best shit ever, to be honest. He shows up and chucks Punk. Woo-hoo-hoo!
He shows up number 30 and wins.
Get the fuck out with 29.
Nah, if Punk comes out 27, but I was going to say, but if you have him show up and he doesn't win, what else would you do with him?
What do you mean?
If you had MJF and he doesn't win the Rumble, what do you do with him?
He gets thrown out by like a Punk or a Cody.
Right. You don't have him on WrestleMania?
Well, so because he doesn't win the Royal Rumble, he's out of WrestleMania?
No, I'm asking you, where would you put him then? That's what I'm asking you, is where would you
Well, like I said, if Cody chucked him out or Punk chucked him out, he has rightful cause to show up on Monday and let everyone know I'm here and I'm pissed off at whoever chucked me out, and then continue that going. You roll that ball down the hill. He doesn't have to win.
Yeah, but you mentioned Cody who would be out facing Roman, and you mentioned Punk who would be facing Seth Rollins. So then where does he go beyond those two?
Well, we don't even know. Well, we still don't know about Seth, but I mean, if hypothetically, if you're booking him in, he's going to have to wait his turn. WWE is not going to go, welcome to the company. No, he's not winning.
Here's the keys to the kingdom.
Yeah, not happening. But I think there's a lot of story there.
We went way down the rabbit hole with a fantasy story there.
You just give him a mic on Monday and say, go ahead. Let everybody
just say whatever. First hour Raw, commercial free, and you don't know what's going to happen, and then it comes out.
Yeah. Could you imagine? Like, again, I don't think. There's no part of me that believes we're going to get it, but imagine
if MJF, especially soon, shows up on WWE TV, it'll be the equivalent of when Shane McMahon showed up on WCW TV.
Yeah.
One of those holy shit moments of, oh my God, they've really openly just cut the throat of the other company here.
Yeah, it would be like, again, especially because it's so under the radar, right? Like, everyone's assuming he's part of AEW. He's part of AEW's future long term. He's, nursing some injuries. It would blow the fucking roof off. And again, there's probably some people at Rumble who are like, who? But the vast majority of us are going to lose our fucking mind.
Well, and again, to tie it into something that I guess might almost be more logically that could happen, what if it was Okada that showed up on the Rumble?
That is a higher potential, and I really do think that's something that could happen. Now, again, the heart, the heart of WWE Universe might not understand who Okada is, but it's big enough that you can tell the story later, right? Like, you have Michael Cole explain it during the show, but it would be a big deal if Okada, and I could see that being possible for sure.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm. What do you think? Chad deserves more, as I'm going to stretch my legs.
Right. Well, KJ's going to go and find more, but I do kind of, on one hand, think Chad deserves more, but I also, like I said, I fear he was always one of those guys that coulda, shoulda, woulda had it. We've talked about he should have been, mini Kurt Angle after American Alpha split, but now he's almost kind of become that Rick Boogs character of every now and then can pull off this really super impressive, powerful, match, but it's just out there to, you know, pitch to a Snickers commercial, or, you know, to play the fiery guy who's, you know, getting everybody hyped up backstage. It's they'd have to really tweak the character for me with Chad Gable, I feel. Make him more serious. Jobson, you think Gable is suffering all those losses, so he sinks lower in his and wages his career for a final IC title shot? Ooh, you really have to work that, and I don't think right now he's in a place to where he could try and pull that off, because we've already talked about Jay. I think is up there towards the line. Yeah, I think to get Gable back to going at Gunther, you have to work that story there before you get to where he would, you know, try and put something big like that on the line. The thing is, WWE doesn't know what to do with New Japan talents. Look at Nakamura, Sky, and Asuka. I beg to differ, especially when it comes to Asuka and Io Sky. Granted, they were also Stardom talents, not New Japan. And we're going to split hairs because I know you're the type of person that would. But Io Sky, I think, has 100%. She's the best thing going right now, especially in the women's division on SmackDown. Absolutely. Asuka came in with the streak, was out there, you know, having WrestleMania matches with Charlotte. And granted, do I think that they maybe should have, you know, they shouldn't have ended the streak there? That's debatable. But I don't think Asuka's really been fumbled at all. Nakamura, I can halfway agree with you with that. I think right now we're getting the best Nakamura, but there's also the potential Nakamura is part of what draws Okada to WWE, because they have their obvious friendship, and Okada's on record of saying that he wants to be involved in a WrestleMania. That's really that's part of why he left New Japan, is he felt he was getting stale there and he didn't want to just ride that off into the sunset. So it kind of honestly comes down to, does he want to go with more talent that he probably recognizes and would be booked similar-ish, I feel, in AEW, or WWE, to where he's going to have the bigger stage but have to deal with getting booked the American style in WWE, as I've got Cody coming out right now, folks. So again, I will say the over-under on AEW references, the line is set at 5 here between Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. Whoa. Now, is anyone else out there thinking that what do you guys want to talk about? Lines getting a little redundant, a little too used up, I feel. Boston, there's been a bunch coming in here. What did Boston say? This one is the most delusional I've seen, money. I don't know what we're going on about here, but you can have that. But I do see about 84 people right now kicking around with us. Absolutely. So if you haven't done so already, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. We're going to be back at it like a jackrabbit on Saturday, especially for the Royal Rumble, which this to me has been the most excited I've been at for a Rumble. Since Christ, like 2001, like back when we were around WrestleMania 17. So it's got very much that special feel. So 100% hit that like, hit that bell notification, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. Yes, sir. As Cody Rhodes out here right now, under 5, says John. Hello, sir.
Well, I wasn't going to miss this.
So, what do you want to talk about?
You got cut off. Good. Because you got to stop saying that shit. Nobody wants to hear it.
I was going to say, has that become redundant a bit?
Yeah, a little bit. Like, I mean, he's got to find I know, like, a catchphrase is a catchphrase. It just feels like even he's not into it that much anymore.
I was going to say, as a man of 1,001 gimmicks, yeah, I fully accept, you know, sometimes you get sick of a gimmick.
What? I think part of the problem is, like, when he first showed up, there was stuff that we really wanted to talk about. And now that he's kind of been here for a hot minute, we don't necessarily have anything to talk
We've
about.
talked about it. You ain't got any new stories.
The American Nightmare. Yes, folks, if you're watching right now, we got Punk, we got Rhodes. This could have been an AEW main event once upon a time.
That's the interesting part. Imagine this could have potentially been the main event of AEW All In at Wembley is CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes.
Right? Two guys that were systematically pushed out of the company. And I know Cody's very political about how it all went down, but we also know how NDAs work in that company.
Well, this is very much like the yin and yang of AEW past here.
Right?
All we're missing is one more ghost and fucking Tony Khan. I'd be scared of you on Christmas.
All we're missing in this picture right now, MJF.
Right, the ghost of
past, present, future, right there.
Past, present, future, right there.
I think that works so perfect. Oh, handshake. Right. The babyface Rob. Pause. Boston. Yeah. There's a punch coming in here. Under 5, says John. Oh, where's my cough button?
Anytime I see Punk and Cody on my TV, I feel like sending a gift basket to the elite.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you send one to us with the super chats and the super stickers and memberships or anything like that, we'll make sure that it never gets to them.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. But for my IQ, I'm not engaging anymore, Larry. I have no idea, but I'll let you have that. Business just picked up. Cody and Punk should be epic promo. Yeah, I mean, this should be fire. This should be absolutely fire.
Has granted the whole crowd CM Punk, CM Punk. Punk's actually the one more over in this situation. Now, Cody, how do you respond when you don't have the higher ground here, Anakin? Eh? Let's just enjoy this moment. You and I took very different paths to get here. On Saturday, that all changes. On Sunday morning, I hope that we're still friends.
I like it. I like it. Punk should have said, what do you want to talk about?
Ah, fuck. That's so good. God damn it.
Oh, here goes. Look. Even Punk's like, oh, man.
So, no, what?
What?
CM Punk, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, that's not getting a reaction. Not enough of one.
No, but I think 100% of if you, like you said, if Punk came out there and said, so Cody Rhodes, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I would have had Punk say the line.
Yeah. So that's Cody, how you still keep it going.
Especially for Cody to say it after Punk said something.
Yeah. Like I said, Cody.
I want to talk about your dad. Sorry, Nick.
No, you're good.
I want to talk about your dad. And everyone goes, ooh.
Why does everyone assume that they're just going to rip apart Dusty?
Right. I don't know, right? Ooh. Talking about OVW.
Valley Wrestling.
And he tells me, keep an eye on my kid. Pay attention, folks. You're about to get schooled a little bit.
Well, these are two guys that are master classes on the microphone.
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. And two completely different styles, right? And that's, but the realism, the authenticity going to it, like that's what makes this work is he's talking about real stories. Dusty probably did put his arm around him and say, hey, keep an eye on my little guy. You do it better than I do.
Absolutely, baby. You got to make sure you watch out for my kid there, Mr. Punk. You know, I know you're the second city saint out there. So, you know, do some saintly things and watch out for my son.
Right. Yeah, I want to see this match for sure, Daniel.
That's going to be the pre-show match. I am proud of you. That feels awkward to kind of honestly to come out now.
Right.
Oh, so here's how we're going to tie in another Rumble. On Saturday, it feels like I'm breaking a promise.
Yep. I'm not looking out for you.
I'm looking for you.
I'll punch you in the face and throw you over the top.
Again, though, you mentioned it earlier, though, as every time that someone mentions the date and time of the Royal Rumble, instantly that little thing pops up in the corner.
This.
Everyone's been fine except for Gunther.
Poor Gunther. I will see you Sunday.
I will see you Sunday. Cool. Well, I will not be there.
Gunther late for the Rumble.
Right. Why is everyone gone?
Talking about Mr. Heyman. The quiet in the arena is amazing right now, and it's not a bad quiet. It's a paying attention quiet.
Well, when he's throwing out words like luminaries and dignitaries, I think most of them
just like
syllables are in there. So, what'd you say?
My grandma had luminaries.
Right. My mama said Cody Rhodes is all mad because he got all them luminaries, but none of them dignitaries.
Right. Home.
A complete nepotism hire. So Cody even saying, I got hired because of my daddy.
Treated me like a peer. I love these personal stories. I do too, man. I'm with you, even. I know some people, I saw our buddy Freebird say, oh, this is Punk's 8th promo. And that's what you call building. That's what you call storytelling. That's what you call sports entertainment. That's what you call wrestling. Good pro wrestling. They don't just give it to you. They don't just hand it to you.
How many promos did MJF cut? MJF cut promos like all the time, and that's the thing is he did this same type of shit. And like, let's not forget 4 weeks of booking with MJF. Forget the 4 years that he did. He was still fantastic, and this is what made him fantastic. Of he could tie in these relatable stories, be they real or be they not, but they made you believe that they were. It made you feel every aspect of it.
You're not wrong. And Punk saying, I didn't grow up in this business like you did. There he goes, going for a dusty pop.
Cody's got to do like the politician acknowledgement, like, yes, thank you. Thank you for acknowledging my father. Where everybody saw you were born on third base.
Were they chanting that? I didn't catch that. That's awesome.
Yeah, if they did, I missed it.
That's funny shit. Even though some people out there will take that as a win.
Yeah. I'm loving this. Not I want to do this, but I have to do this.
And again, look at the people standing, just glued, locked right in on what's happening. And I don't think I'm overselling it at all.
Sorry. No, I'll wait and address that in a minute. As Punk's out here, I didn't have the famous dad. Yeah, because they want it. They're hanging on every note. Like every time we talk, I feel like I'm infringing.
Yeah, almost. Like, usually mean you never shut up, but you're like, damn, I just want to catch this, right? Like,
right. This is the first time two ex-AW guys, and especially two
there you go. Sorry, Nick. The son of a plumber versus the son of an electrician. Oh. Okay, a little deeper cut.
I'm more of the American dream than you are.
Yeah, yeah.
Boo.
So that digs a little deeper. That digs a little deeper.
Right.
These two could preach all night. I'm with you. And anybody that's just tuning into this, just angrily watching, saying it's boring, it sucks, then we just don't see eye to eye on what the what we're looking for from the wrestling show. We really don't.
Yeah. Like,
oh, he took the WWE off.
Oh. And this is when
real.
the volume goes up.
There you go.
So he's talking about the pipe bomb.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You inspired, but you left. You didn't pass the torch. You dropped it.
Oh. I don't think you care who picked up. I think you know who did. Everything that you spoke about, I literally did.
Mm-hmm. Well, I missed that one. What was that punchline?
I'm more CM Punk than you.
See? That's a tad bit of
as a fan of battle rap. Even I don't even out here spitting
right?
bars, but I'm just like, God damn, I'm more Dusty Rhodes than you. I'm more the American Dream than you. I'm more CM Punk than you. Everything you talked about, I went and did it.
World Star,
right? Don DeMarco.
Off comes the jacket. Is shit about to get real?
I mean, well, how many AEW references are we at now?
Not many, though.
It's getting a little hot in here. You're more CM Punk than I am.
This is awesome. Again, guys, this is the simplicity that exists in wrestling that means so much and is so worth watching.
Literally, it's two guys out here with good microphones just talking, and it's been captivating. It's been the most captivating thing in the entire show because it's good fucking storytelling.
Here's a much bigger superstar coming in to take it all away from you. Right?
And that plays into everybody's side.
Right? You're gonna lose your WrestleMania spot.
Right. And then Dwayne showed up.
Yeah, right.
They are looking out for me again.
Crazy.
Now notice the change of where they're positioned in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing, is they're subtle enough that just little nuances like that. I have to go forward.
Wow. And then he ties it all the way back to the go through you comment. And then gives them, oh, look! They're not happy.
Right.
Nose to nose.
Oh, Punk spins him around as they get eye to eye, nose to nose.
Oh, I should have hit it. Go to sleep. Come on. I'm with Freebird.
Yeah, I'm with Freebird. I'm out here just somebody can do it. Sometimes it's almost more compelling when you want them to do it and they fucking won't.
There is a split crowd chant. There's a
that is 100%.
Yeah, the fans are competing
like a chord
without even nothing happening. Just nothing but straightforward talking and a spin around to nose. The crowd goes nuts and starts cheering for both men. Again, that is very well put together wrestling TV, folks.
That's cinema, that's storytelling, that
theater.
Is that's theater. Shakespearean, if you will.
Some people said CM owned that. Some people saying Cody did better. I thought what I like about Cody, you said battle rap, it's like Cody came in second, like B Rabbit, and had an answer to everything.
Now everybody from the 313,
right?
put your motherfucking hands up and follow me.
But that's what it felt like. Where Punk had his good zingers, right? I'm more American Nightmare than you. He had an answer to that. Then he, hits him up with about, me looking out for you. He threw that back in his face. This was amazing. This was amazing. This was really well put together. And if it doesn't make you want to see these two men get at it at the Rumble, maybe check your pulse. Maybe the vitamin's too strong. I don't know.
Well, like I said, it's like the Bully Ray comment all the time is that's what you need to do, strike a chord. And that's 100% what all of that did. That was complete masterclass of back and forth jabs of CM Punk starts off with, I'm more American Dream than you are. And then when Cody came back with the I'm more CM Punk than you are, and that's when you saw, oh, are we going to get that CM Punk of old that's going to just say, fuck it, and just start, going at everybody, and you see them. And I know you wanted them to actually come to blows. I like the little tension, the little close, but not quite. You don't cross that full heel line.
Yes, all of that. 100%, man. You're spot on. Now we're getting the 40 years of WrestleMania, Hulkamania recap, which you and I recently talked about Hulk Hogan, and this would go to
someone don't let JD from NY watch this.
Well, and I mean,
actually, he might be watching this just not on stream with some lotion.
But this strengthens my point that the premise that he presented was not accurate, because if it was accurate, we wouldn't be getting this. So anyway, moving on.
But it's even then, sometimes you have to modernize your shit.
That's it.
Records are made to be broken. Christ, was anyone batting an eye and throwing hissy fits and temper tantrums when LeBron James is out here breaking record after fucking record and after record? No, because it's meant to be broken.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's the way. I mean, again, people can make up their own headlines as they see fit, but at the end of the day, like, here they are honoring, and again, controversial, but nobody took away anything. They're acknowledging what he's done.
Yeah.
But this is a masterclass on how to do a shoot promo to sell a match. Marvin, you could not be more right. That was killer. It cooked. Well done. Absolutely. It's that not a Mania night main event cover photo. I don't know what is. Oh, if that's not. Yeah, I mean, right? There's your nose to nose moment.
Seth is out, and it ends up being Seth's out. There you go.
And I've been pushing for it. And I know I said Cody needs to stay away from Seth's title because of the story goes through Roman, but I would maybe change my mind to let that happen. Just because, to me, I can't wait to watch the internet blow up, the connotation of it all. It's too good to be true.
But even if we do Cody versus Punk, does Cody win?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. So I don't think that there's only one option for him to, finish this story. We're out here like Doctor Strange. I've seen 1,001 outcomes, and there's only one, Cody, where you finish this story. And it doesn't involve Dwayne, Seth, CM Punk, or anybody.
Right. Up next, Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Starks. This was corny. Tyrell. Tyrell, help me understand here. Help me understand. What was corny? Insert my sacrifice.
Hello, my friend. We'll meet again. Been a while. Where shall we begin?
I need this match, says Joe Black. Cody and Punk in shades of Penta and Aries wow. No, Richard. No,
what
Richard.
In the trying to get weird with deep cuts was that shit?
No. Yeah, no, sorry, my guy. That's not the same thing. You don't see the nose to nose anymore, right? It's good when you get a good old nose to nose.
Yeah, you haven't seen those since 2020.
They might have just created the main event poster, so other people chiming in. AJ feeling the same way. Come on, James. No one wants to know Tony Khan's personal life. I'll leave that wherever it is. They may have just created the Mania poster. Real.
Hey, I just want a personal shout out, Real, and this proves 100% that we are absolutely just your wrestling buddies you can't get in real life and everything. If real took a licking and kept on ticking, and is now out here talking about how that's the WrestleMania poster right there.
There you go. No, we appreciate it. That's why we don't block people when they disagree with us.
Yeah, we welcome the discussion.
Yes, let's go. But yeah, we're in another commercial break, folks. We got a tag match coming up real quick. It's going to be an interesting one. And then we got the main event still on the horizon with Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting now that that's the main event. I feel like, if that was the main event, would that have been too late in the show and would have maybe not gotten the same reaction versus that started the 10 o'clock hour, not the 9 o'clock, the 10 o'clock hour.
Yeah. All-time promo fire. My favorite Hulk Hogan performance was his time on the David Hasselhoff's rope. That's a good one, actually. Freaking hell. He's singing away. But Meltzer had an altercation with Punk. He's not giving him any star. Punk's not. If Kurt Angle can't get a star, what makes you think Punk can?
I don't give a shit about Meltzer stars anymore. At this point, they almost feel, which do you take more seriously, Meltzer stars or Surgeon General warnings or whatever?
Right.
9 out of 10 dentists rated this fucking fantastic toothbrush.
Right, you're not wrong. It's funny as hell. Look at this comment, Mr. Anthony. We're gonna have to talk about this week.
Yeah, explain yourself right now. Even
show your work.
I can't wait to talk about it now, but yeah,
show your work.
Exactly.
How do we get there? I'm curious. I really am curious.
So right, curious. He's so curious. He's got to go try and dig for the answers out there. As Boston saying, Anthony, what? Yes, absolutely. I'm curious, Anthony. I know it's going to be tough to try and do it to the chat. Trust me, I've been there. And maybe we'll have to talk about this, especially on Thursday, my guy. You and I are going to have to talk about what you did not like about this, because I thought this was 100% how you build to a story, and you also keep it to where this could even still be a match that happens after Mania and everything. Now, granted, I almost feel like, Christ, if Seth is out, why not do it at Mania? And if you're going to do it, then do Roman and Rock too as well. But it'd be hella interesting. Yeah, no, that was absolutely captivating, 100%. That's why we joked about it. Literally, you could hear a pin drop throughout that whole arena because everybody was waiting to see what somebody was going to say. Scott saying, what a great segment. Yes, I agree. Now I still want to hear Anthony's rebuttal here. Juan taking us, he's got the way. Yes, as we've got the women's tag match coming up, by the way, as we've got it. Yes, so you can go to WWEshop.com right now and get all your Hulkamania stuff, or you can spend your money wiser and go to our merch store and get yourself, Wrestling for Life Network over everybody t-shirt and all of that. And we've got the winter gear, we got the hoodies, we got everything so you can stay warm up there. But yes, we've got the way of Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae taking on Shayna Baszler and Zoe Starks, which that's who I'm taking. And I know that they've correct me if I'm wrong, they've introduced doing the lower third. As granted, we've got Caden Carter and Katana Chance out here at ringside too as well. And how you doing? If I was, 10 years older, maybe. But yeah, it's interesting that they've now incorporated that like lower third, but they don't do it like an actual sentence. It's just kind of like a little blurb on the side, like how they used to do with like the entrances and everything. But I've got Shayna and Candice right now locking up, so let me know who you're taking, folks. I'm taking Team Zoe and Shayna here. I saw Juan was taking the way. I don't know about anybody else. EDM girls at ringside. Speaking of ringside, wait, you're not Anthony.
Right. And Anthony not liking it. We got to talk about that.
Right. I'm just curious.
Right. I fully expect we're going to get a damage control sighting in this segment. So hold on tight. Now the crowd is quiet, like the last segment. Different reason though.
Yeah, very much different reason.
Absolutely.
But so who you taking? Who you taking, sir?
I think Shayna and Starks would be the better fit, but they're not totally getting along. 2 women we expect to see in the Rumble, maybe 4 actually.
Yeah, you're not wrong because unfortunately the WWE Women's roster is a little shallow. But
not as shallow as it was.
yeah, well, it depends on if you incorporate NXT.
Yeah, no, I think we're gonna get a few from 2 or 3 from NXT.
You'd have to get a good bit from NXT. I feel to shuffle out 30.
They got like 40 women right now rostered. So I mean, yeah, you sprinkle in a couple nostalgia pops and a couple NXT talent. I think there'll be okay. But I think these 4 are probably going to be in it.
Fair. Well, I think Zoe and Shayna are much more likely. And I feel Zoe and Shayna's a little bit like what they wanted to do with Ronda and Shayna. Like it's kind of getting that kind of vibe.
Yeah. Yeah, the 2 kind of badasses. I don't mind them working together, and I don't mind that they're trying to build this women's tag team division into something. Got Shayna and Zoe. I once laughed when Hulk Hogan betrayed WCW and forming the NWO at Bash at the Beach, 1996. I agree. When Tony Schiavone, Bobby Heenan, and Dusty Rhodes commenting like crazy. Yes, absolutely.
Who's the third man?
Who's the third man? I love when he came out to the ring and then who was it? One of them. It might have been Heenan who slips and goes, he's here to help them. You're like, wait, what? He hasn't done it yet.
Or there was I still just remember always with Heenan, but whose side is he on?
Yeah. Shayna Baszler. Yeah. Hogan was smart enough to see the dollar signs on that bad boy.
Well, and that's one of those iconic moments that will forever live in pro wrestling history. Like,
yeah.
They're literally they were throwing genuine trash in the ring. That's one of those last times to where they actually have that much heat that they're literally throwing trash into the ring.
You took the thought right off the top of my head of exactly when was the last time the crowd was so angry that they were chucking shit at the ring. Like that is a pure moment.
Anthony's saying, I tried to record my reaction for TikTok and I stopped recording, so that's that.
It's interrupting on the way. 10 years, you did 2 weeks. Yeah, we won't get into that. Do you think we can get Okada at Mania for Seth's return match? We can do the mystery opponent story with heavyweight title. I don't think Okada would do it, and I don't think so. Not this year, especially.
If you bring in someone like Okada, best case you're getting is Okada versus Gunther, which I mean, that's a fucking hell of a match. But
could you do Okada versus Shinsuke?
You could. Be interesting to do.
Well, just, potentially having the connection there, right? And then, you have
is Shinsuke strong enough that he could be used to introduce someone?
I think so. Especially because he's been right now, like you've said it many times, it's the best WWE Shinsuke we've got, since he's been on that main roster. So if there ever was a time that you could angle him against, you bring in this new kind of unknown to certain people baby face, you could probably run that pretty well. And then you're going to have a great match.
Oh, absolutely. I think that would be the match that everybody wanted with AJ Styles and Nakamura at WrestleMania 34, the rematch of the Wrestle Kingdom match. You give me Nakamura and Okada and WWE television, especially at a WrestleMania. Holy shit!
Right, lower second, third match of a Mania kind of. I think it's definitely got potential. It's definitely got legs.
Right. Speaking
at least for this first one, right? Maybe WrestleMania 41. It's another story where now he's going after a CM Punk Okada or Cody Okada kind of thing.
I just still think the entire idea of Okada potentially being in WWE to me halfway feels insane. Of like, it's a fucking fever dream. Of let's take a moment to look at what 2024 is in pro wrestling.
Yeah, it just doesn't. It hasn't stopped all January. It's been crazy. Can't wait to see what February brings. We haven't even got to Mania yet. Oh, doing the code breaker on Shayna's back. Off Shayna's back, to be accurate. Mighty Molly.
Off and on like a light switch.
Right. And actually, now that I see a couple comments in the chat, folks, if you're still here and listening, throw in some of your surprise possibilities for Rumble. Who do you think is going to be in this? You know, people names we haven't thought of. Could a Redbeard be in there? Could some other comebacks? Braun Breaker, does he? Braun Breaker, yeah, Braun
Brawny
Strowman.
the Strowman.
Yeah, Brawny the Strowman. Does he make it in? Let me know.
Right. Well, I'm gonna go throw my name in that hat here.
There you go. Nick going and get ready for the Rumble as Starks and Shayna pick up the win. And again, I think Shayna and Zoe play well against the EDM girls, right? Like, I mean, uber babyface, happy-go-lucky party girls against the no-nonsense, physical contenders. There we are, face-to-face. But remember, we're the Kabuki Warriors. We need Taylor Swift. Let's go. There they are, as predicted. We got the Kabuki Warriors stomping out. And hey, listen, you guys can say what you want about the women's tag team division, but as of late, you got the champions. We had the belts change hands. Piper and Chelsea did a good job. The EDM girls, I know we joke about them, but they're all right. They're doing okay. And now they're being challenged by two separate teams. They're trying to put something there. And I'm all for the Kabuki Warriors getting these belts. I wonder how Dave LeGrec is feeling right now. That's something I never wonder, Juan. As we're in the back with Drew McIntyre. I don't know what you're watching, Mr. Anthony, but that was extremely compelling stuff by Punk and Cody. One of Cody's best promos. Is it amazing that you can say it's one of his best promos when it was probably one of his least wordy promos? Funny how that works out. Now, Drew saying those two men that were just in the ring are following in his footsteps. He was the trailblazer. He was the first guy to leave and go make a new path and come back. He's not wrong. I'm curious about Anthony has for a reason. Everyone's kind of like, wait a minute. How would you like to see the Jonas Brothers? Oh, yeah, I'd love it. Let's go. They all together, they count as one entrant. That's how we'll do that. Roxanne, Tiffany, Fallon. I don't know about Fallon. Lyra, Lola. Yeah, Lola, maybe. Lyra, probably. Fallon, I don't think so. Tiffany, yes. Roxy, yeah. I mean, those are the three favorites out of those five, Vance. Not bad. Little interview with Drew McIntyre. At minimum, at least Drew seems very serious. And there is a part of you that could believe that a Drew McIntyre could somehow steal the Rumble. The closest thing to Bash at the Beach was Bound for Glory 10-10-10 when Jeff Hardy turned heel. That's not a bad show. Not a bad show. Actually, the best one of recent memory, guys, and is Matt Cardona's debut at GCW. I know that's a little bit of, deep wrestling nerd right there. But when Cardona showed up on GCW and beat Nick, man, that was, not only were they throwing shit, there was legitimately people that wanted to kill the man. And that kind of heat doesn't exist in many places anymore. Okay, I'm eager. I'm an eager beaver. What can I say? Thought that was a perfect promo segment and some of the best wrestling TV in years. Didn't see anything not to like, so I'm all here. Look, Anthony stirring the pot from home. I like it, Anthony. Way to go. If the story versus finish the promo, we get it. Story's got to be finished. I'm just over it at this point. Oh, Anthony. Um, I mean, I feel like because it wasn't like Cody and Punk interacting week in, week out, week in and week out. This is kind of that first taste of it. And I feel like that kept it kind of, it didn't feel like, I give up on this. We've got a lot of it. And I get your sentiment. We've heard so much about finish the story. I feel like the whole promo thing is relatively new and exciting, but fair enough. Fair enough. We'll have to talk about this on another day. But man, I thought they accomplished their goal with this one. TikTok says Anthony's opinion is wrong. Welcome back, Scott. Haven't seen you in a minute, but yeah, that's funny. They best friends. They they have bonding over past associations. I ripped a lot of shirts off in the 80s. Oh, I was like, pardon me, sir, but yeah, no, I get it. Okada comes in and helps Nakamura potentially. That'd be very interesting. And would they try like a heelish Okada working with like the heelish Nakamura that we have right now? Maybe, maybe could work. What's wrong with the Jonas Brothers? This is story era of WWE, Anthony. Everyone's got a story to finish. We got to use it. We got used to it. You're not wrong. Everyone's trying to write a story. Drew's got a story. Again, at least there's a story, I suppose. At the end of the day, you get a lot of story or no story. You pick. We'll decide later. Final four in the Rumble: Punk, Cody, Brock, Gunther. Oh, Punk, Cody. I agree. Gunther. Would Drew be there instead of Brock? Interesting. With surprises, who knows? But I like the idea of Brock and Gunther. I want a Brock Gunther moment. And I think if Brock isn't going to win, I think he might be gone by the final four. Him and Gunther maybe take each other out. I don't know. But I could see it happening a little earlier. And again, they're both kind of like Brock's not hanging around until the very end to not win. Paul Heyman turned on RVD and helped Big Show win ECW championship. They threw the trash in the ring. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, we got Natty and Tegan confronting Damage Control. So there you go, another women's tag team. As we got here's Pierce. Hey, we haven't seen a lot of Scrap Daddy lately. What's Scrap Daddy got to say? Get out of my swamp. There you go. There you go. I think Okada gets introduced via AJ. Good brothers turn on him. He needs to find a partner. AJ gets Okada, Gallows, and Anderson. Shit a brick because they have history with him. Daniel Price. I like that. That's pretty good. I don't have much to say to that. Oh, into Sheer. Yes. We got the Jinder. I'm the most talked about star of 2024. Interesting. All right. So Jinder's sticking around for a minute. He's going to have a chit chat with Mr. Pierce. That is a really good theory. I like that. Wild theory, but I'm thinking Cody will win the Rumble, challenge and defeat Roman at Mania night 1, then be busy enough to defend it on night 2 against Punk. Okay. I don't love double booking. And I know we talked about for the last couple Manias of like Roman doing 2 nights. Maybe he does Rock one night, Cody the other night. I don't love it. You have so much talent on your roster, you should be able to have 2 separate main events, but that's just me being my own personal pickiness. We're getting another Royal Rumble segment. I love these segments. What I saw, though, is 2 men who respect each other, but know they need to go through each other to get to the top. I love the storytelling. Boston, I'm with you. Like I said, the arena was silent. Everybody was very into that. They popped when they were supposed to pop. And again, you look at the simplicity of it. Punk grabbing Cody's arm and spinning him back around and them going toe to toe and that feeling of, oh my God, here we go. the building, you could feel it in the building live. I think the fans, I think you guys watching here with us, we felt it. I felt it of like, okay, now you like I said, I mean, like I'm itching, like hit him, hit him, hit him, please hit him. And it didn't, they keep you wanting more. It's not giving it all away. It's making it make sense. A rhyme and a reason. Yeah, I mean, I was very happy with that. Countless mind-blowing returns. The John Cena return, one of the biggest pops. Ray returning. Damn shame you got 4 women of this caliber in this tag team match, and no one in the audience seems to give a damn. I hear what you're saying, and again, I always tell wrestling fans, support the ladies, cheer for the ladies. But I mean, it's partly the dynamic of the match. I mean, unfortunately, as much as I root for them, some of the matches just, again, not a whole lot there. WCW was great for trash tossing. ECW was good too. And, they threw the furniture as well. Enzo would be hilarious. I'm still convinced if you had a chance to get Big Bill back and their entrance song, like you get that whoop, 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 whatever that sound was at the beginning of their fucking entrance, I think the place would come unglued. I really do. I think that would get a huge pop. Whether he sticks around or not, I don't know. And Matt Cardona would be a good one. He starts trolling every kind of major pay-per-view with WWE. Right before it, he'll start trolling the audience and post like old memorabilia and shit, making people think he might do it. I do think there will be a time for Matt Cardona in the WWE. I think he's going to do it on his terms. And I think at the end of the day, he's going to want to settle his business, any business that, he has to put to bed. But he's on such a hot run. I think when the time is right, he went on the record saying, like, I don't want to retire in gymnasiums and smaller venues. But at the end of the day, I think he's going to do it when he's good and ready. Senton Code Breaker combination. Does Okada feel more likely to come to WWE than Ospreay? I think so, in the sense that my theory with Ospreay not going to WWE was very much in the vein of his, as we're getting a preview for the Rumble matches, by the way. And I will say, and I know my buddy Nick's still in the chat, I'm very happy. Right now, we know 5, 6 competitors of each Rumble have been confirmed. Now, between now and Friday, if they keep that pattern, I'll be very impressed and very grateful. Don't tell us who's in the fucking Rumble. Just let us find out. Final 4, Punk, Cody, Drew, Gunther. Cody puts out Gunther. Punk puts out Drew. And Punk puts out Cody. There you go. Right down to the final. I like this. I'm going to have to try and remember this come Saturday, my guys. See how it goes. But it works. It really does. But, yeah. The only other person I really see Brock and Gunther somehow being involved together in the Rumble, maybe ending Gunther's run. The other idea is, could Jey Uso eliminate Gunther and set that up, if that's where we're going with it? We saw, Jey randomly take part in the New Day backstage segment tonight. So you see the dots that are starting to line up with that. So those would be my 2 for sure. Damian Priest. What if Jinder wins the Rumble? The internet breaks. That's what happens. Saw a woman background behind Pierce. Interesting. A woman. Anybody know who? We got any confirmers yet? All I know is ECW is never asked for 100%. Still some classic moments. The one with Public Enemy still, goated. Not a snowball chance in hell. Jinder wins the Rumble. Yeah, none. But it's still equally hilarious if he did. It'd give us lots to talk about. As we head into another commercial break, rolling through the night, folks, I will take a moment to remind everyone we are back tomorrow. We have NXT Wednesday Dynamite, of course. Thursday, TNA Wrestling. Ringsider Anthony will be here. Friday, the doubleheader. The Tag Team Champions will be back, taking on SmackDown and Rampage. The night before the Rumble, the go-home show. What will happen? Lots going on to talk about. And then Saturday, we are here at 6:30 p.m. We kick off the pre-show to the pre-show, and we're going to be here all night long. Everyone knows the Saturday parties on this channel are the place to be. So be a friend, tell a friend, click all the buttons, like, subscribe, click the little bell. We got more shorts, more videos, more things going up on the daily. Check it all out. And if you love this channel, the nicest thing you can do is take that link and drop it in places people are talking about wrestling. But with all of that being said, who do you got in the main event tonight? Who you taking? Who you taking? I'm very curious. But Corey Graves in the Rumble. Now, Corey Graves has been rumored to be cleared to physically compete for quite a while. So that would be intriguing. I think that would get an interesting pop. If he pulled like a King. Remember when like King just got up from commentary? Can't have a Rumble without royalty. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Absolutely. Wade Barrett would be interesting. Nick Aldis. Let's go, Nick Aldis. Throws himself into the Rumble. Take on Roman. The Rock did it to Punk. He's going to do the exact same thing to Cody. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But now with Seth, the situation and such, maybe there is an opportunity to, you know, it'd be okay if he does it to Cody. Could you see Tama Tonga help Roman Reigns at Rumble? Tama Tonga would be cool. I mean, if you could put some new blood into the bloodline, yeah, and make that work, make that make more sense, yeah, I think it would be okay. I think at the end of the day, you know, Jimmy Solo's kind of run its like done their thing. We're getting to the point now where Solo starting to get a little braver, a little bolder, stand up to Roman a little more. So yeah, maybe some new blood wouldn't hurt. All I know about ECW, got that one. Yeah, well, come on, Daniel. We know. Dun, dun, dun. Damian with help. Okay. This show has surpassed my expectations. I've enjoyed Raw. I mean, tonight we've had a couple of our down spots. Yeah. A couple of matches were okay, but we kind of come to expect. Again, not every scene can be the best scene ever. But from start to finish, running up to the time that we're at right now with 15 minutes to go, I always kind of say if you don't feel completely spent, exhausted, and bored by the you know, by the main event, it's been a good Raw. Like the energy's up, it feels good. It's hard to complain tonight. I mean, we got a lot of good shit, and I would argue, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong in the chat. I would argue that I feel a little more excited for Rumble coming out of this show tonight. I like a lot of what they've set up for Rumble. There you go. There you go. There you go. Hammerstone. Nick is dying to get Hogan Stone into the WWE. Sean Spears, number 10, JV. I like it. We talked about Sean Spears earlier. A little bit of Canadian love there, but yeah, Spearsy at 10, I think works. And I think Spears is a good utility guy. He might not be, you know, your world champion, but could Spears get involved and be on in a tag team? Sure, why not? Could Spears maybe go after a mid-card title at some point? Yeah, why not? The one thing with Spears is he's never really been able to connect to the crowd. He's going to have to find that. Maybe just go back to NXT and mentor some of the young talent. Do what Baron Corbin's doing. But the 10 spot for Rumble sounds fun. Damian for the win. It's like wrestling Christmas, right? Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed next week on Raw. The Ring General. So the Raw after Rumble setting up to be a good one as we get Gunther versus Kofi. Kofi is going to get his chest caved in. Maybe Kofi throws Gunther out of the Rumble. That might bother me a little. Can't wait to watch Wrestling Revolver as well in the background when I'm watching TNA Wrestling. Shout out to Revolver. We love watching Revolver on this channel. And here comes Drew McIntyre. Freeze a friend, stop a friend. Be a member, tell a member. Rare heel versus heel main event. But Drew is not a true heel yet. That's the tricky part here. And I see what you're saying, AJ, but that's why they're booking this is because even the promo, the package the backstage interview that Drew cut prior to this match, he's very babyface. You know, he's got an edge, but he's saying more babyface-ish shit than he is saying heel-ish shit, right? That is so yeah, close. But I want Drew to go full heel. Like this has been a slow build for Drew to go evil. Drew McIntyre for the win, got Drew for the win. Rock is going to do it again. CM Punk's Road to WrestleMania experience. You get on a roll, get your face onto the cover of WWE 2K. Then, right when you're about to top up past star, steals your spotlight. The only thing I can say to this, HA, because you're right, it has happened. It has been a thing. It has occurred in the past. But what I will say is that there was very Vince McMahon. And the hope is that this isn't the same company. We saw it with Goldberg crushing multiple champions runs. Rock has done it. You know, arguably Cena maybe a couple times taking spots. But at the end of the day, I'm really hoping that is something the old guard has let go. Question. True or false? Bad Bunny will be in the Royal Rumble. True or false? T or F? What you got? I don't know why that popped in my head. I think Damian Priest, but we got ding ding, and we are set to go, folks. If we actually get Rock and Roman at the Chamber, how do you set it up? Does Rock show up after the Fatal 4-Way? Yeah, at the end of Rumble, you kind of do what you did with Punk. Rumble's over, everyone's ready to go home, and then you get the music, perhaps. So I think if that Fatal 4-Way is, yeah, it should be the main event. So there you go. Both men giving each other a shove as Damian gets the best of Drew to start this one. I'm picking Damian Priest. Fair enough. Heater, 60-40. Yeah, right. It's good when Triple H is fully in charge. I would agree. I think it's been great. Very high on what has happened with the company in the last few months. And I mean, it's hard to argue. You know, they cooked through 2023, and I think 2024 is going to be even bigger. And a lot of good things have happened since the change. Right? I mean, if Vince was still around, we might not have got a scenario where Brock goes under Cody and then Brock gives him the rub. That might not have happened under Vince. We might not see the influx of talent. Like we got Bronson Reed in matches. We got Gunther on this amazing run. We've got Damage Control prominent. We got R-Truth in a prominent role. I like a lot of what's happened. 8 out of 10 so far, 50-50 split on the main event. Fair enough, fair enough. As Drew walking down Damian right now. You know, if Brad Nelson. All right. I'll let you have that one. Don't need to get into it. You get better odds of winning the lottery than McIntyre showing up in AEW. Never say never, but to me, it's not a good fit. Honestly, like I just don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong, but Drew would have to instantly be your world champion. I don't think I'm wrong about that. As Damian smashing Drew off the post, head first. Setting Drew up. Broken arrow onto the table, and the table says, I'm good. I'm good. I'm okay. I see Punk turning heel more than Cody. I agree with that. I agree with that. Punk's an easier transition. Cody is probably going to be this generation's John Cena of never going babyface or never going heel, never not being a babyface. That is Cody's definitely, you know, one of the reasons he had issues at AEW is he really did not want to go heel. Don't forget, Liv Morgan might be returning. That is a good shout. I like that one a lot, Saffet. Liv Morgan could be set to go. Absolutely. Priest wins. Maybe Jey Gunther out of the Rumble. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe a super kick to the jaw. Set that up. I really do kind of want that. I don't know. It's just one of those things I got in my head that I really think a program between Jey Uso and Gunther would work extremely well. And you know, I kind of fantasy booked the idea of what if it was Big E, returning to help. But when you see that backstage moment, Jay inserts himself, it kind of feels like the writing's on the wall. Maven dropkick Gunther. One of the craziest Royal Rumble moments ever. The dropkick heard around the world. I have a feeling Drew will take Priest's spot on Judgment Day. I think so. I like that theory. I'm kind of right there with you, JV, on that one. Talked about it a little bit earlier tonight that could be the transition you're looking for. They're sick of him, and Drew might actually add a little more of a higher presence than Damian brings as the leader, even though Rhea's kind of the leader. But Drew stepping in and being like, the Scottish psychopath, being pure heel, I think it works, and I think the fans are dying to boo Drew. I really do. Boo Drew. Hashtag boo Drew. Love this theme. Right on, right on, right on. Why is nobody talking about the Rumble is on Rusev Day? You know what? If he was a free agent, Randolph, I think more of us would talk about it for sure. But, yeah, that would be wicked. Let's go. Since SmackDown is going to be in Miami, I'm going to say this welcome to Miami. Ben. All right. What? I got D-Mac. All right. Randolph, why are they not funding this? Tama joins Jimmy J and Solo to cost Roman by just walking away. Maybe. I'm still waiting for that moment. I want my trading day moment of, God, King Kong ain't got shit on me. I need that Roman moment where Solo, Jimmy, Paul, bring in Tama, bring in Lance, bring in all the people you can that fit the bill. And yeah, have Roman just kind of be left on his own, left for dead. I think that's the moment I've been waiting for a long time from, that whole story. I still want it. That's how it ends to me. One last big old thumb to the throat. Drew is jacked. He's a big man. That's why I wonder, Drew going over to AEW, I don't know. Doesn't feel right. Ryback returns at the Rumble. That would be one way to get me to turn the Rumble off. And with Punk in the Rumble, I really don't think Ryback's going to be seen in that Rumble. No way. Going with Drew. Big kick out by McIntyre. Going with Drew. Drew. I got Drew as well. KJ, what's your bold prediction for the match open the show on Saturday? Women's Royal Rumble will probably start the show if I'm guessing, Kyle. Maybe they throw something in there right before it, but I'm thinking the Women's Royal Rumble goes first. False. Drew for the W. Fair enough. Big forearm to the lower back. Drew for the win. David Arquette, number 1, goes all the way. Let's go. Good old Dave. Both men landing a big boot. Both men go down. I think the crowd's not quite who to cheer for in this one. Who said a heel? No, it can happen. Not very, again, there's a time and place for a heel on heel, babyface on babyface. We technically just saw babyface and babyface have a confrontation in the ring, and then the fans get behind it. The tricky part is sometimes you get a quieter crowd because they're not really sure who to cheer for here. But they do happen. Again, I think sometimes in certain places maybe too much, but again, you generally have one going against the other with some exceptions. A little bit of a pop for Drew. Could you see Naomi and Sasha Banks go after Damage Control? My only hesitation with that is I think Sasha Banks wants to be, and Naomi don't want to be anywhere near those belts. I don't think they have any interest. I think twice Sasha Banks was a women's tag champ and hated it. Spine buster by Drew into the roll-up. or into the rolling pin. I've said that for a while, Kyle. I like that too. I like Gallus if you give him, but I mean, if you make him the leader of Judgment Day, then you wouldn't need Gallus for that. Do a tournament, says Andy. Interesting, Andy. I mean, you could, but I think the temptation with Royal Rumble right there might make that a little bit different. Carson, you never know. Show up. I might have one of the left in me. Oh my God, the Royal Rumble is going to be crazy. You never know who'll show up. I might have one more left in me. There you go, Carson. You never know. You never know. Punk's comment about being more American Dream was a punch, not a jab. Oh no, it was a good punch. And Cody ran it back up. Like Cody did well in that promo. Like it was tit for tat. It went really well. I really liked how they laid it out. It was hard for Cody to be a face as a president. It caused his runs the place and book himself. Hard to be a face when people feel like you got a thumb on the scale. Yes and no, Marvin. I think it was deeper than that. And I think when they first started, Cody definitely had no problem being a babyface, especially when he got betrayed by MJF, and that was really good. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, there was more to it for sure. But Drew's up top. Rolls through. Eats a kick from Damian. Match is a little slow. Pick it up. Oh, wow. Falcon Arrow. Punk's comment about being more American Dream. You got that one. 2 count, 2 count, 2 count, 2 count. Is it only 4 matches for Saturday? Surely that's a record. Maybe they add one more. Could we add something? We get 5? 4 seems small for a Rumble. That has to be a record. Wow. Priest just flips over, but he almost botched it. And I wonder how much of that Drew actually took. Oh my God. And the fans are on their feet. Do we got company? R-Truth. All right. I don't really love R-Truth in this spot. As Damian getting booed for pushing him down, though. Cody beats Roman at Mania with help from The Rock beating up Solo and Jimmy. Sets up a big Pelly. That's not bad. Right? That's not terrible. Future Shock DDT. Drew in AEW looks like he would run through all of them. Yeah, I mean, he'd instantly have to be your champion. And he'd instantly have to maintain that championship for anything to seem valid. Like, it's a tough shout. R-Truth up on the rope. As McIntyre laying out Drew. I mean, a Truth. Sell to heaven, but Truth. Oh, wow. Roman's other cousin is starting his wrestling career. He was backstage last week on SmackDown. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, I don't. Priest chucking Truth out. Ooh. Damian gets smoked with a Claymore. Yeah, Braun Breaker has a bright future. He definitely has a lot of possibility to be a top guy for a long time. And Drew McIntyre gets the win. Whoo. Yeah, you know what? I like Truth doing what Truth does, but in a main event match like this, I kind of don't love it. 4-1, Truth still in it. Yeah, I don't need this in this match. I kind of have that feeling, my guy. Yeah. Ugh. Why does WWE do this? They give us gold and then they F it up. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, a little bit of a blanket statement, but yeah, it wasn't the right time. You want truth to be, you want him to, you want him to kind of be that, hapless sidekick, but you don't want him to be a complete moron, if that makes sense. When he's pulling out a ladder and it's kind of funny, and he's just, simple-minded or forgetful or a combination of all of the above. But when he's like interfering in a main event match like you don't know no better, that is a bit of a oof. Yeah, it's a little tough. Poor Truth, he took a lot of bump just to give money away. There you go. DIY is winning those titles next. Tells me that's what's going to happen. I hope not. I want Awesome Truth to win it, even though I just bailed on that. I'm more rooting for Awesome Truth. 8.5 out of 10. Yes, folks, if you are watching right now, we take a rating out of 10 at the end of every show. Let me know. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? DIY. I got that one. I got that one. Great, fantastic match. Drew versus Damian Priest. Thought it was a very okay match, Jordan. And I appreciate that you liked it. Maybe a little more than I did. I thought it was a little bit flat. Yeah, I thought it was okay. I don't know. It didn't really pull me in a whole lot with this one. And I didn't like the ending. I didn't love the ending. This is why Judgment Day is a joke. Well, I don't think they're a joke. I would argue that they haven't been a joke, but it does kind of make a joke of the situation. I'll give you that much. WWE felt like they had to protect Priest. Yeah, but maybe, but I don't love. Yeah, I'd rather it somehow was like JD or something, screwed up a distraction. Like they went to distract the ref or help, but they fuck up. I think that would have worked better for me. 8.5 out of 10. I'd say Truth is going to be officially out. Yeah, that makes sense at this point. And that's again, it sets up our Awesome Truth for the tag titles. 7.5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. For me, that main event was a crap ending. Okay, a little harsh. I think it's a little low, but fair enough. 8 out of 10. I give it a 9. Favorite part of the show was the presidential debate between CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. Interesting way to put it, Christian. I'll take that. 8 out of 10. 0 out of 10. No Trish. Facts. 8.5. Awesome Truths will still win them. Okay. But you think DIY before Awesome Truth? Okay. I think Awesome Truth taking them off the Judgment Day might make a little more sense for me. 7 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. The Truth needs to start a $1 million man gimmick. Well, right? That's what he should show up as at Rumble is the $1 million man. 4 out of 10. Ooh, Dale not feeling it. All right. I'm excited for the NXT tomorrow night. There's a great match. There's great matches so far on that card. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one tomorrow night. NXT Dynamite's interesting as shit this week. 4 out of 10. I'm very negative tonight. 4 seems low. I'm not through the roof on this one, but I feel like it at least got a 50. Right? I think it passed. 8 out of 10. Trish was there, money. She was wearing a John Cena shirt. That's why you couldn't see her. There you go. 8.5 out of 10. Says AJ. Not a good look for. Yeah, I didn't love it. I love that. 7.9. This Raw was a roller coaster. Richard, I like that. Up and down all night. The in-ring wrestling picked up in the second half, and the promos were great. You know what? Like a roller coaster, it definitely was an up and down Raw. I will definitely agree with that. I thought some moments, like obviously, I praised the Punk Cody moment. Thought it was great. Some of the in-ring stuff wasn't great. I didn't, Chad Ivar was a really good match, but were you really into it? Was it really that? It was it was just a filler match. It was what it was. Really good though. So a bit torn. Yeah, the women's tag match was what it was. But yeah, I don't know. It was a weird one. Definitely a weird one. I would love that the truth has been messing around the whole time. It's like a genius breaking up the crew by looking like an idiot. Yeah, he was doing it on purpose. He was being extra. Yeah, if you could sell us on that, maybe chair. He was like, I knew what I was doing. You guys think I'm dumb. Fair enough. Juan's watching Raw Talk. Well, thank you for watching us and Raw Talk. 0 to 10, no hook. There you go. There you go. Definitely would make more sense for Awesome Truth to win them first. I agree. Take it. Oh, and no Joe. No Joe. All right. Everyone's finding a reason. Hook's hair versus Floby. Book it. Let's go. Imagine R-Truth mistakenly appearing in the Women's Royal Rumble. R-Truth should mistakenly show up at AEW. That's my vote. You just walk out in the middle of Dynamite. Oh, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm looking forward to NXT and AEW Dynamite. Absolutely. Plus TNA. It's got a stacked night. Night 2, essentially the second half, where we get Okada, and it's the second part of the Snake Eyes show they did after Hard to Kill. So tune in. Do not miss out. With Ringsider Anthony will be here for that. And then SmackDown's going to be a good one. We'll see what's up. Monday Night Raw's card after Royal Rumble is stacked. Starting to stack up pretty good. It was funny when R-Truth brought the ladder out in the Royal Rumble. Absolutely. 7 out of 10. It was funny when R-Truth brought the ladder. Yeah, everybody feels that way. It was one of the best moments. And again, R-Truth is funny, and I give him credit. He's not just funny. He's talented. He can go. But tonight, he just looks moronic. And to me, it was too far. Wrong place, wrong time. Yeah, no, I didn't love it at all. Ronnie, imagine R-Truth playing Santina Angle. There you go. Jay Uso on Raw Talk, 8 out of 10, says Rashad. And I'm going to call last call and get ready to pack this one up, folks. The show's up on Dynamite. Sees Tony ask, damn, man, when did Dixie Carter? Well, on that wonderful note, folks, I'm going to call it a night. We're going to pack it in. We will be back tomorrow, like I said. Make sure you click all those links below. Follow us on all our social. Don't forget, we have TikTok as well. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Go get some merch if you want. Get some Wrestling for Life t-shirts. But thank you for joining us. Don't miss out. We are in Rumble week. It's going to be a fun one. And until next time, I will see you on the flip side. Good night, Big Nick. Good night, everyone else. See y'all tomorrow. Oh, and Anthony, hopefully you're a little more positive. We'll talk. We'll talk. But good night, folks. Come back tomorrow.